Ahlan wa sahlan.
Mashallah,
Welcome.
mashallah. We'll give a
Alhamdulillah.
couple of more minutes for people to join, inshallah, and then.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Akhtar from Adelaide.
Welcome, Brother Akhtar. Adelaide. Which part of Adelaide?
Mawson Lakes.
Did you go there, Yusuf?
Mawson Lakes? No, we were at Marriott Mosque. Was
Is that far from Mawson Lakes?
Yeah, half an hour drive.
okay,
Yeah.
mashallah.
Not too far.
Did you come to the mosque?
Alhamdulillah.
Did I meet you at the mosque, Sheikh?
No.
No?
I live
Okay.
yes,
You
yes.
ghosted me, huh?
Mashallah, tabarakallah. Sister
Mashallah.
Halima, welcome, Sister Halima. Everyone was welcome one by one. MashaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum, Abu Siddiqui from Westfield, Westmead.
Westmead,
MashaAllah,
mashallah.
MashaAllah.
I am Muhammad Dharma from Brisbane.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina
Mashallah.
Muhammad.
And we
I
have
remember Brother Muhammad.
we have in the chat too, mashallah, Sister Navita, Fana, Brother Maruf,
Yes.
Yasmin, mashallah, alaikum salam,
MashaAllah. May Allah connect us in the dunya and in the akhirah.
Ameen.
Inshallah. In the
Ameen.
good, inshallah.
Ameen, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, Brother Muhammad, we can't forget the nice handsome face of Brother Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam
Anas
wa
from
rahmatullah wa
Melbourne.
barakatuh. Ahlan, ahlan,
Alaikum
ahlan.
salam.
Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. I'm from Adelaide. Shoaib.
Shuaib,
Shuaib,
good to
mashallah.
see you finally, Shuaib. I didn't see your face. Show me your handsome face. Brother Shuaib, we always
Mashallah.
speak to each other, but I don't know. I think I've seen you once. MashaAllah.
Mashallah.
Light, MashaAllah. Allah bless you, Ya Rabbi. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Ahlan, ahlan. One now, MashaAllah. Ahlan, ahlan. Welcome, welcome.
Alaikum salam,
Brother
Brother Hafid.
Hafid. Hayallah.
Mashallah.
MashaAllah. Everyone welcome, MashaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum. Asif Qazi from Melbourne.
Alaikum
Welcome,
salam,
Brother
Brother Asif, mashallah.
We've spoken, Brother Asif, a couple of times as well.
Yeah, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
Jazakallah.
Welcome to our whole family, inshallah. Inshallah, on this. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba.
Muhammad Siddiqui speaking.
Alaikum salam, Brother
MashaAllah.
Muhammad.
Salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. MashaAllah. Allah bless.
Alaikum salam, Brother Naveed from Sydney as well in the chat. I think we are now, we should start because we have a lot to get through.
Yes.
In today's meeting, we have a break for Maghrib, inshallah, as well.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, Brother Hani will kick off and run the meeting for us tonight. We'll be going through he'll talk through the different aspects. But at least at the end, we'll hopefully have answered many of your questions. We know there's a lot of questions. I'm just going to mute everybody just for the sake of this to start. We know that everybody is keen to have information about the packages, what to look for, how to pick, what are the options, what are the dates, what are the hotels, what are the locations, what are the distances, some general price lines which we can give. Obviously, we're still restricted on the exact price by the ministry, but we'll talk through that. Please, some basic housekeeping. We want to ask everybody, please stay on mute. Do not unmute yourself to yell out a question or anything. It's going to be disruptive. We have a lot of people online. We'll have a section or session for questions related to each topic, and we'll ask you to put your hand up, and we'll answer them in order as they come up with the hands, and then we'll proceed from there. If we can't answer everything today, which is more than likely going to be the case with so many people, we will have ongoing sessions moving forward in the lead up to, which is in the next few days, and during the review stage for the packages, inshallah. So, inshallah, bidnillah, we'll proceed. I'll share my screen and we'll talk through I'll share the screen for you, Hani.
Sorry. I have one question. Now I have one. Our Maghrib time will be like in half an hour.
Yes,
in
so
Sydney. Sydney, Maghrib time will be like within half an hour.
Yeah, we're going to stop in about 1 hour, inshallah, for a 15-minute break.
It'll be within the Maghrib time for everyone to be able to
probably
pray,
in about 50 minutes.
Because that way, that will cover Melbourne and Sydney, and potentially Adelaide as well, inshallah.
Yeah, because Melbourne doesn't start Maghrib till a while. What is it, 20 minutes after Sydney or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just trying to basically accommodate everyone, inshallah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay.
Do you want to start with the opening dua, inshallah?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome everybody. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your informative questions and good communication that we've had. We're getting to know people slowly just by the questions and answers and dealing with you on WhatsApp and telephone, mashallah. It's an honor to be able to help you in this journey to Hajj, inshallah. Allah make it easy and accepted for all of us to perform Hajj and accept our Hajj and our intentions moving forward, inshallah. As we've mentioned, we are honored to be able to host you as the guests of Allah on this sacred journey that you've undertaken. MashaAllah, what a noble journey. And Allah bless your intention. Just by making the intention, inshallah, the reward is there. But inshallah, we'll get to fulfill the actions that go with it. In helping to get to that stage, we want to have this session to really just talk through the considerations that you're going to take in choosing a package, in choosing a guide, and the considerations that we've taken to prepare the packages for you. And we'll answer any questions and move forward. With that being said, I've shared the screen. Let me just open the screen. Can you see my screen? Is it things to consider when selecting a Hajj package?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, fantastic. So I'll hand over to you, Hani. Yeah.
No. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah, what a privilege and an honor, like Brother Yusuf mentioned, to be able to host and serve the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just a quick reflection and just the deep meaning for all of us just to take heed of is that just remember we're all investing for our akhirah. The whole reason we're here is investing on our akhirah. And when you invest in anything, you have to put the time and the effort and the physical struggle has to be involved. I think just to remind myself firstly before speaking to everyone is that investing in anything, we have to heed that when everyone's thinking about they're putting money aside or putting putting expenditure aside to invest in something that's eternal, we should all sit back and reflect. Look, subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what he's giving us in return. What is he giving us in return? We come back all a clean slate in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thinking of this as coming cheap? No, our deen is not cheap. Our deen is not cheap, and things that our deen subhanahu wa ta'ala, our deen that Allah has given us, he's given us to do little things, but to get a lot in return. So if we just reflect for a second that any expenditure that you're putting towards this Hajj, inshallah, we shouldn't even think twice. We should think more how humble we are standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he gives us so much. He gives us coming back, that we've acquired a clean slate from all the mistakes that we've had on our whole life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is generous and forgiving. And just remember that to pray in his house, to invoke his names, to seek all that can benefit us in this life and the next doesn't come cheap. So inshallah, we all have that intention, that knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with his generosity and grace has given us all this opportunity to be even able to be blessed to even approach this fifth pillar of ours, inshallah, to achieve that investment in akhirah. Inshallah, we all can be of those people. And this is just the starting sort of planning that we're doing, inshallah, that we can reach that stage. And Allah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. Just a quick reflection. But to move on from that, just some things to consider when selecting a package. Just remember that there's two primary things. There's two things to think about when selecting a package. There's the primary reason and there's the secondary reason. Now, all the reasons that people tell you about, how far is the hotel, how close is the hotel, what tents are we taking, what transport are we taking, what food is there, all these are secondary reasons for our Hajj. Really, it's like when we go to a restaurant and we're buying a piece of meat, we want to eat a steak or something like that, all the sauces and the chips and the salads and everything, that's all these secondary things. I like to have a sauce with mine, a mushroom sauce, or I want some extra salt, or all these are secondary things to the package itself. Now, the most important thing we need to take heed of is the primary reasons of what we're looking for a Hajj. And the primary reason is the reputation. The primary reason is reputation. So that piece of meat that we spoke about, this is for all of us to reflect on. Who has a reputation in providing this service, inshallah? So the reputation includes what? It includes, we've probably spoken about this before briefly, but we just wanted to touch base on it so people can know that reputation is the substance of the whole Hajj. What's their ratings like? What have people said? So post-Hajj, maybe you've heard, but most of the probably agencies now that are involved haven't probably got involved in the post-COVID nusuk system. So the new nusuk Hajj system is a whole new system. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong, a lot of things that can be learnt to improve. And all the new people who are getting involved have to learn about all these things. Like ourselves, when we got involved, we have to learn about how to give the best service and the best communication, the best transparency, considering sisters, making sure we're inclusive of all cultural backgrounds, of all ethnicities. Being, cultural sensitive is very important. Being inclusive of the sisters, making sure that whatever the men are getting, the sisters are also getting equally from staff, from education, from support, and on the ground, and also online. So all these things, communication, when something goes wrong, are they responding during Hajj? Sometimes we had situations where guides weren't turning up for people. Sometimes we had situations where guides weren't embracing the Hujjaj in the sense of the feeling they're treated like a number instead of feeling they're treated like a brother. And, we're all in this together and helping each other and sharing everything together and things like that. So our pain is your pain. So thinking in that sort of is very important in terms of looking at reputation. So just remember, reputation is like that big piece of steak, and you want to make sure that that reputation for that specific agency has the local knowledge and the experience to be able to deal with the Hajjis post-Nusuk era. So inshallah, may Allah guide us to be of those people. And inshallah, we try year by year to inshallah get better and better and fit the conveniences of the Hujjaj, inshallah, in Allah's house. So moving on from that, inshallah, what are the things that people look at? So the things that people are looking at, length of packages. How long is your package, brother? Is it 10 days? Is it 20 days? Is it 30 days? So one thing to reflect on is that our Hajj now is in summer. So performing Hajj in summer now is very different to performing it in winter. So in summer, a lot of people would call me up and say, not even in summer. So in Hajj, generally, people are calling me up and going, brother, how long is the Hajj? We tell them in summer, it's very important that people can perform their Hajj in their best ability, without feeling overwhelmed, and their well-being is in the best state. Always the well-being of the Hujjaj is the most important thing. So in summer, we have average temperatures of 48 to maybe 55 degrees, specifically in the daytime. So having Hajjs of 25 and 30 days is probably not the time for it. The exhaustion, the dehydration that can happen is very common. We just came from a group Hajj, subhanAllah, brothers and sisters. We came back just last week. And in that last week, we had a sister that was dehydrated and basically went to hospital and was in a wheelchair for the last couple of days. And she told me, but I was drinking water every day. And this is in winter, don't forget. So I was drinking water every day. But one thing she wasn't doing is she was overexerting herself. And this causes dehydration. So usually when she's back home, she might have done 10,000 steps a day or 20,000 steps. All of a sudden, she's doing 30, 40,000 steps a day. And 2-3 days after each other, she's not pacing herself. She's not feeding herself well. She's not sleeping well. And dehydration happens. So we try and avoid this by telling you to pace yourself. We will obviously, inshallah, have feedback and advice from reputable doctors who have traveled with us to advise you what to do, inshallah. But just remember, the negatives requires more time off for planning for more than 21 days. Extreme heat in this summer, it's very hard. After you've done 15, 16 days, most of the time you're saying, please, Hani, I'm ready to go home. I can't even barely walk outside for 5 minutes and absorb the heat. I was talking to my brother today. I was telling him, if it's 50-degree heat, just walking to the mailbox is hard. You say, you know what, I'm going to wait till the end of the day. So just heed the advice when it comes to the effects of the summer. And it's very important. So that's why we created our packages. You will see that our economy and premium packages there are basically 18 days long. Our premium shifting package, which we're going to show you as well, is 17 days long, and our luxury is 16 days long, 15 nights, 16 days. So all our days are there for you to be able to get a good focus of your Hajj without feeling overwhelmed physically and emotionally. And we've done a lot of planning, and we've seen the learnings that have come from that from the last couple of years. So your well-being is at our forefront. The next thing is people asking about Medina first versus Mecca first. So like we said, these are the secondary things that we're asking about. They're important, but reputation is more significant. So going back to this, Medina first versus Mecca first. Medina first, you have the positive spiritual preparation in Medina. So before you get to, as soon as you get there from Sydney, Melbourne, or whatever city you're coming from, you have at least 3 days or 4 days to warm yourself into and acclimatizing to the time frame, the change of time, acclimatizing to the weather, and just warming yourself up spiritually. So this is the advantages that we have in terms of Medina first. The Mecca first is you get to perform your Umrah without any delay, and also you don't exert as much effort in terms of you're going to do everything after Mecca. Sorry, after your Hajj, you'll be going to Medina. So the main advantage is that you get to perform your Umrah without any delay, and you're preparing yourself for Hajj. In terms of the negatives, we have Medina first. It's longer duration before reaching Mecca. By having, say, 3 or 4 days, sometimes if you don't pace yourself, it can be a negative in the sense of you're overexerting yourself before even Hajj starts, and can cause tiredness and fatigue and things like that. So this is the type of the advice that we're giving before to make sure these negatives don't happen. Potentially, it's more crowded in Mecca upon arrival when you're arriving a few days just before the Hajj period begins. And then you've got Mecca, the risk of not acclimatizing physically and spiritually, like we mentioned earlier. You're going there straight away off a flight. You are buzzing, yes, but you're physically, your body's trying to adjust. You're spiritually, you're like, oh man, I feel a bit overwhelmed. I need to sort of prepare myself spiritually. That can happen from case to case, but these are just things to just be well aware of when you're looking at those secondary items for your package. The next slide. So we've got most of our packages. So our packages are mostly going to be starting from Medina. And that's why we've chosen that from previous experience as well, is that after people have finished Hajj and spent a couple of days in Mecca, they're ready to go home, specifically because of the heat. And that's one of the reasons why we took on Medina first. And also it just allows people to just acclimatize much easier as they get ready for their Hajj, inshallah.
I think, Hani, just to add to that, is that one of the things we're showing, the reason we're showing the positives and the negatives is so that you can all have an informed understanding about how we're thinking about when we develop the packages, and you have an informed way of deciding for yourself which packages are suitable for you. Because we want you, if this is your Hajj, we want it to be a complete and successful and accepted Hajj for you, that's suitable for you. So we're giving you all the information. We're not trying to hide anything. We're showing you the pros and cons, positives and negatives. But in looking at the positives and looking at the negatives, we're taking the best option that we have for what's there, and then working through, developing the packages with the mutawwifs, and that's how we've come to the decisions that we've made. So just so people are aware, that's why we're showing both the positives and negatives in that sense. Afwan.
Jazakallah khair. Yeah, so continuing on to the next slide. So the other question that people are asking as well is that how far are your packages? Specifically your whether it's premium. Obviously, the luxury packages is all the hotels are going to be pretty much within very close proximity to the Haram in Mecca and Medina. But so then the focus is on the premium and the standard packages. So you'll see in the positives of the premium and the standard packages is that with the positives obviously of having a closer proximity to the packages is allows you to do more ibadah, to that flexibility. You don't have to think twice about, hey, you know what, man, if I'm 5-6 kilometers away, it's going to take me 1 hour to prepare to go and all that sort of thing. So it allows you more time and more frequent visits to go, and it gives you that convenience. And in terms of the negatives, we have that usually with obviously luxury package of having that convenience and having those more frequent visits, it comes at a higher cost. And that's why the luxury people are paying that higher cost for that extra convenience of being pretty much directly in front of the Haram in both Mecca and Medina. So you will see from our packages, we've really considered convenience because we know from previous years, a lot of packages that are out there, including ours, were like 5-6 kilometers away when it came to Mecca. And we said, you know what? We want to make sure all our packages are all within walking distance and are all convenient. So we've definitely put that into our planning and actioned that, alhamdulillah. So you'll see our premium standard hotels are located within 1.4. So you're talking 15 to 20 minutes walk on average between these packages. So making it perfect balance between good proximity and best value package costing. So costings is also taking consideration in trying to make that convenience also there as well. So in Medina, it's also within 4 minutes, you've got the hotels, whether it's 45 seconds to walk or 4 minutes. Medina is not really much of an issue. All the hotels are pretty much convenient, whether it's a couple of few hundred meters away or it's just right in front. So yeah, just remember, we have taken consideration that pain point for people. We want to make all our packages convenient, and we have our packages within 1.4 kilometers and 1 kilometer. So like mentioned, like 15 to 20 minutes walk. And also you have buses that go to and from any of these packages as well. So you've got both, the flexibility of using both, inshallah. Next slide. Okay, continuing on the hotels in Mecca. So people are asking, there's always different hotels. Usually the first question I ask people when asking about hotels, I tell them, what hotels do you know in Mecca? And 95% or 99%, most people will say, oh, the clock tower. So we tell people the clock tower, specifically during high traffic periods, is probably not the best hotel to choose. We would probably say it's, close to, the bottom dozen of hotels in terms of, like whatever you want to call it, 4th, 5th, 6th hotel in terms of an order, in terms of being the most convenient. Why? We'll tell you why in a second. But so you have the clock tower. The positive is definitely it's luxurious. It has good amenities and it has good services. And it is a reasonably short distance to the Haram from the building. Not when you're not considering the shopping and the elevators and things like that. The positive of other non-clock tower hotels, whether it's close to the clock tower or near Jabal Omar, is that there are more varied options. So usually you will find outside of clock tower, there's hotels, new hotels that are up, that maybe 100 meters further away, but they're much higher rated on booking.com. So say, for example, with ourselves, we have chosen hotels that are the highest rating on booking.com when it comes to quality, when it comes to convenience, and when it comes to service. So we don't compromise on those three things. So you'll find that there's more premium amenities, higher rated hotels, like I mentioned, and there could be slightly further difference, maybe 100, 200 meters, but much faster access to the Haram from the rooms. So we measure convenience based on how long it takes you to go from the tiles of the Haram to your actual room in your hotel. So you find the negatives in the clock tower hotels is that they can be more expensive. but due to the high traffic area, it takes longer to reach elevators. And there's almost 120 floors from the last time I checked. So you can imagine if you're on the 80th floor and you're going through the shopping center, which could take you, because of the high traffic, 20 minutes plus. You get to your elevator, there's hundreds of people waiting, and then you get into the elevator and you're coming in and out each level, third level, 10th level, 15th level, 16th level, people coming in and out until you reach your one. You can imagine sometimes can take you up to an hour to get to your room. And this is something we really consider during high traffic periods, whether it's Ramadan or whether it's Hajj time. So these are the negatives that could, when you're planning and trying to frequent the haram, this could be a dampener in doing that. Then you have the other hotels, negatives, hotels being slightly longer walks. So it could be an extra maybe 2-3 minutes walk, which is basically like 100 or 200 meters, but you get to your room much quicker. So these things are very important when considering the hotels in Mecca. What do we have? So we have our hotels, which the address, which is the highest rated Mecca hotel on booking.com. You will see it for yourself. Alhamdulillah, we had people there last year as well. There was no complaints. There's nothing to complain about because it's a brand new hotel that's been there only a couple of years, and it's high-end amenities. So we don't compromise with that. And they have every type of amenity that you can think about to give that comfort, luxury, and comfortability for everyone. And the Kempinski Hotel is also used in our luxury packages, which is the luxury international brand, which has the same basically quality, or maybe just a little bit less than the address, but it's still a high-end hotel, which is what we've chosen. So these are the hotels we have got in our packages, inshallah, and we're very excited to share them because we know that they tick all the boxes, inshallah. Then the hotels in Aziziyah area. So we're getting questions by people about hotels in Aziziyah. Now, what's the benefit of having hotels in Aziziyah? The main benefit of having any hotel on any of the packages in Aziziyah is that it can be in close proximity to the Jamarat. Now, for convenience sake, we've considered this for our premium shifting package. We're having a shifting premium package, which basically has this. So the positives is potentially cheaper, more spacious. Our Aziziyah are their hotels and they're not apartments. We don't use apartments. So for the main days of Hajj, you have access to the hotel within walking distance from Jamarat, sometimes closer than Mina tents to Jamarat, shuttle buses to the Haram, helpful in the summer heat. Okay. Then the negatives of having hotels in Aziziyah area, it can be 5 to 8 Ks away. So it's not walking distance. You're going to have to take the buses all the time, which is convenient, but you just have to time yourself better. Longer travel times, like we mentioned, and potential traffic jam issues. So these are things to heed when thinking about the Aziziyah hotels. Now, what do we have in our packages? Basically, is that our premium shifting package, like I mentioned earlier, we're using a hotel in the Aziziyah area, which is 900 meters from Jamarat. It's actually much closer than the tents that you're in during the Mina times, in the Moasim tents, for the premium and the standard package. So we've carefully thought about this, that this is only maybe a few hundred meters more than the luxury VIP Mina tents that the luxury package has. So you have the convenience, once you've done the Jamarat, to go to this hotel, which is a 900 meters walk, which can be, it can take you 10 minutes to 15 minutes, depending on how you walk. And you have the accessibility of that throughout the day to rest, to change and whatnot, and then continue on the Hajj days after that. So that is like a prime location, and it's a very, very good hotel. So this is something, if you want to do your own research, you can look at it as well. We're very proud to introduce this package, which is the premium shifting package, which is, you will see the prices, inshallah, a little bit later. The prices are probably in the premium sort of costing range. And that's that. So walking access to a hotel within minutes after throwing the last Jamarat without the need to walk 4 kilometers back to your Mina camp for the bus. So this is we're excited about this hotel, and we're excited about our premium shifting package that offers you the best of both worlds. So you've got, during the Hajj time, you have this hotel, which is 900 meters from the Jamarat. And then after the Hajj is finished, you have the 5-star hotel of the address of what we just mentioned 2 minutes ago, right in front of the Haram for a few days. So you have the best of both worlds. So it's actually a good secondary package to the luxury package that's with paying like a premium price for almost like a luxury equivalent. So alhamdulillah, so that one's in. So the other thing is, the other common question is about transportation options. So what transportation is there? So when we talk transportation, we're mainly talking about Medina and Mecca, between Medina and Mecca. So like we mentioned, most of our packages are from Medina to Mecca. And the other thing we talk about is between Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah. Now, the Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah train system only applies for the luxury packages. Now, I'll repeat that. Only applies for the luxury packages. We call it the Kapsh camps, the Mina Kapsh camps. If you want to call them VIP tents, you can call them that. They are 500 meters from the Haram. We'll talk about that later. So this train system only applies for the Mina Kapsh camps, the luxury packages. Now, the premium and standard don't have the train system availability. Now, you have the differences between so you have the train system is air-conditioned train for comfort moving between Hajj camp and locations. And it's a faster time between destinations and train stations. So you'll save a bit of time by catching the train system as compared to walking 4 kilometers or walking between the different ritual sites. Now, the negatives of the other thing is between these, the Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah, we usually have buses, right? So the bus will pick you up from your hotel, take you to Mina, take you to Arafah, from Arafah, take you to Muzdalifah, right? And then from Muzdalifah, also they'll be taking you to your tent, and then from there you'll be walking. So the main walking, if people are asking me, do you have a bus from the Mina tent to the Jamarat? No, no one has buses. Everyone, this is the time where we say this is the struggle. This is part of the struggle of Hajj. This is the time where you're walking. Okay, so you're walking from where? From your Mina tents to the Jamarat. So all those people that asked, do you have buses from Mina to Jamarat? No, no one has buses. You have to walk between Mina and Jamarat, whether you're in the Kapsh tents or you're in the Muwasim tents. So the train system, it's not close. It's not, you still have to walk about 1.5 Ks to get to the train station from your tents. And then you have to catch the train and then come back again another walking. The walking in total is much less. It's still much less than walking from the Muwasim tents, the 4 kilometers, but still there is an element of walking and can be a little bit inconvenient. So the train system is not in front of your tent. So there's still an element of walking. So overcrowdedness also is created when you're catching the trains, can separate the group, and this happens because everybody's trying to squeeze in and get into trains. Sometimes you miss. You might be of a group of 30, 40 people. 10 people get on and 30 miss out. So this can happen with the train system. So it can be a little bit more overcrowded and a little bit hectic in that sense. Now, the fast train between Medina and Mecca, we have them. So between, as soon as we're in Medina for those 4 days, then we have the train, inshallah, to catch the train from Medina to Mecca. The only main disadvantage is that the trains are limited for everyone. You can imagine everyone around the world, they're trying to use the train, and it's going to have a limited availability. So planning is very important to try and get whatever is available. And the other thing, you don't get to do your 2 rak'ah on the train as you would do when you're catching a bus. When you stop at the miqat 20 minutes outside of Medina, and then you get to pray 2 rak'ah, make niyyah, and you continue on your journey through Talbiyah to get to Mecca. So that's probably the main disadvantage. Now, like I mentioned, only the Kapsh luxury package uses the Hajj sites, trains, and currently our premium and luxury packages use the fast train Mecca and Medina, and we're working in the back end to try and get whatever availability there is to use it also for the standard packages as well. So inshallah, make dua. We're working that on the back end, but definitely luxury and premium packages have it 100%, inshallah.
Inshallah. Hani, just a couple of things to add, inshallah. In terms of the questions that we've had, a lot of questions coming about this train, the Mashayr train. So this is a train between Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah. I think, and it's something that we have to be aware of, you have to be aware of, that in Australia, we're used to getting luxury, we're used to getting things that were easy for us as Westerners, things like that. Okay, when it comes to Hajj, it doesn't work like that. When it comes to Hajj, the priority is given to the countries with the vast majority of Muslims. So you're talking about countries like Indonesia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey, where we're talking about like the big numbers. 50% of the Hujjaj are coming from 4 or 5 countries. Okay, so the design of logistics and movement of people is designed to move these people easier. That makes it easy for the rest of us. So the train, as Hani mentioned, is located close to their camps. Some people have been asking me, where are your Mina camps located? There's no such thing as where are my Mina camps located. There are only Australian camps and American camps and Western camps. Doesn't matter who you're traveling with, which company you go with, which partner you go with from anywhere in the world. If it's Australia, America, New Zealand, UK, Canada, you're all in the same place. So no one provider is going to tell you that they have a camp closer than anything else. The only difference, as Hani mentioned, was the Majad al-Kabsh camp, which is a VIP camp. And of that camp, as we'll go through in the next slide, you'll see there's only 6,000 places anyway. So it's going to fill up very quickly, and that's why it's only available in the luxury packages. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. And also the location of the camp in Mina to walk to the train station is about 2 kilometers. So you're going to walk 2 kilometers to the camp, to the train. If that train was available, it's not anyway, but if it was available for you, you'd walk 2 kilometers to the train in the sun, then catch the train, and then walk from the train station about 800 meters, or not even that, like a few hundred meters to the Jamrat, because it comes out very close, right? And then you got to walk back to the train station, then walk the 2 kilometers back to the camp. During the walk from the Maisim camp to the Jamrat, while it is, yes, close to 4 kilometers, half of that walk is actually through the tunnels, the tunnel system that they've built, air conditioned or it's fanned. They've got travel laders, like those moving escalator things on the floor, things like this in certain sections on the route. So you're in the shade. So please, if you're trying to compare packages between providers to say which camp are you, there's no such difference. So all providers, all mutawwifs, all companies providing Mina camps to anybody in Australia, they're all in the exact same place. Okay, either Maisim camp or Al-Kabsh camp. This is your two key differences. So it's just something I want to point out because a lot of people are asking that question in terms of the moving forward.
So just going back, sorry, Brother Yusuf. Just go back to the previous slide, please. Yeah. Okay, now so we've talked about that. Okay, yeah, next slide. Bismillah. So shifting and non-shifting, this is always a question that's been asked. So we've probably spoken about this maybe 2 or 3 times already. So the positives is that so think about shifting like this, that you're shifting between 2 hotels in Mecca. Okay, so you have during the Hajj period, which is when we're usually in Mina, in Arafah, in Muzdalifah, during that period, hotels in Mecca are usually at peak cost. So they're very high cost. So what we usually do is we create a hotel that's near the Mina tents to avoid that increase in price. And then after Hajj is finished, after those 4 or 5 days are finished, we have a hotel right in front of the Haram for that flexibility in not paying that higher cost. So you almost have the best of 2 worlds. We have a hotel close to not that far from the Mina tent, the Jamrat, and not far from the Haram after the Hajj is finished. So that's why you get the best of everything. 5 hotels right next to the Haram and hotel closer to Jamrat during the Hajj days, like we mentioned before, the Millennium Hotel. Access to your hotel during Hajj days to benefit from air-conditioned hotels. That's one other benefit. It can be cheaper than a full luxury package. The non-shifting is basically using that same hotel throughout that period that you're in Mecca. So if you're whether you're using a 4-star hotel or 5-star hotel, that's just the one hotel you have access to throughout that whole period, and it can be not as convenient as the closer hotels to the Jamarat and Mina. So negatives. So shifting required to check out from your hotel and check into a new hotel on one of the days. So it can be a little bit of an inconvenience by you're moving between a hotel and the other. Non-shifting. Luxury packages are further from the hotel during the Hajj main days. Access to more luxurious 5 hotels is more expensive, like what I mentioned before, during the Hajj days. But the hotel is available for even for the luxury people. Their hotels are available if they want to go back as well. Because they might say, you know what, I'm going to do the Tawaf al-Ifada, and I'm there, instead of coming all the way back, they have the convenience of going straight to their hotel from the Tawaf al-Ifada as well, if they're there during the day. So there's benefits in both the premium shifting as well as obviously the luxury people. So our premium shifting package uses, we spoke about this already, and shifting to the address. This is what happens in our premium shifting package. After the Hajj, manasik of Hajj are finished, you go to the address, which is the 5-star hotel, after the Hajj days, which gives you the best of both worlds. Premium Medina Hotel also is 50 meters from the Haram. The premium package is a really nice in the middle package, which also gives you a lot of convenience with good quality hotels as well. Next one, please, Yusuf. This is we've probably touched base on this a little bit before, but it's good to also go over it again. So in Mina, Mina is basically where your manasik of al-Hajj. This is the most important time of your whole Hajj. Now you're going to be dispersed between Al-Kabsh tent and the Mawasim tent. If you want to simplify it, you can call it Al-Kabsh is the VIP versus non-VIP, if you want to put it there. But is there much of a difference between Al-Kabsh and Mawasim? In reality, when you go into the tents, there's not much of a difference. They're both decent quality. Like I would even say the Mawasim tent now is like a luxury tent that we had, 20 years ago. So it's still considered a decent. Some people said they felt like they were like in a 4-star hotel when they were in these Mina tents. So there's nothing to worry about whatever tent that you're in. The main difference we'll talk about now is Al-Kabsh gives you the extra comfort. It probably has a little bit richer food. You might have a spit of sheep. I think that's what they had last year, as compared to having different types of cuisine than the Mawasim tent. So in food, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in these tents. It's not that we encourage for you to eat a lot during this period. We actually, quite to the contrary, we actually advise people to have minimum intake during this time, because this is the most intense part of your ibadah, and you want to make sure that you look after your stomachs and you avoid having toilet breaks, you avoid being over exhausted from eating too much, and you're having not empty, but being light allows you to be a bit more focused spiritually. So the Kabsh tent is 500 meters approximately from Jamarat, and it has the train system like we mentioned before. The Mawasim is more cost effective. Instead of paying an extra, I don't know, $2,500, $3,000, you're in a decent tent that gives quality amenities as well. But the bulk of the group stays here. And one thing that people probably feel maybe Kabsh to the Mawasim is probably there's a little bit less people in each of the tents in El Kabsh than say the Mawasim. So that you might have, I don't know, 100 people in a tent in the Mawasim, where it might be sort of half that maybe in El Kabsh, depending on how they organize it. So every year to year, the breakup is different. Are there toilets? There's plenty of toilets. There's a lot of things that are there that make your conveniences there. We'll send you an article soon of just tips of how to deal with the Mina tents and get the best out of it. But yeah, the negatives: higher cost, limited availability. There's only 6,000 places. The Kabsh train system is not convenient, designed for Western country pilgrims, because we're used to having lines and standing in order and doing this and that. We're not used to, everyone pushing and shoving and trying to get on and all that sort of thing. As much anyway. Maybe in Sydney train systems it can be a little bit similar. But the Mawasim tents, we have slightly more crowded Mina camp tents, like mentioned, and longer walking distance, like Brother Yusuf was mentioning earlier. They were about 4 kilometers away. So both our standard and premium, they use the Mawasim camps. Our luxury package uses Al-Kabsh. So there's not much difference except for the distance from Jamarat, I would say, is the main difference. Other than that, the amenities are maybe one step up in the Al-Kabsh. The toilets, there's plenty of room for toilets. They're clean, and you have access to water. It's 3 meals a day. It's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can take a lot of bottles of water when you leave. It's like a quality in in a standard and premium package almost, you know. So alhamdulillah, so that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Then I think it's probably time for people to, before we continue on talking about the specific packages, in a good summary, Yusuf will pretty much talk to you about the flights. Everyone's always asking about the flight systems. What different flight options do we have? What do the actual packages days look like? What hotels? So we've told you the hotels we're using, but we're just going to give you a really like more of an inward look into the specific package, each one that we have. We have 4 packages plus one, and Brother Yusuf will talk to you about them now. Sorry, after we have our 15-minute break, inshallah. So, I think Maghrib in Melbourne hasn't kicked in yet.
No, Maghrib's probably a good 20 minutes away for us in Melbourne.
Maybe we could have some Q&As, something, or?
Yeah, so we'll go through some of the questions that we've had on the I'll keep the screen as it is up there for now.
Yeah.
So if we go for about another 10 minutes, and that'll give people in Melbourne at least time to prepare for Maghrib and then pray, and people in Sydney and Brisbane can pray if they haven't already. So we've been trying to answer the questions as they've been coming up onto the chat. Some we haven't. There was a question for single room. No, there's no option for a single room. Are there shuttle buses to the Jamrat from Azizia? No, there are no shuttle buses from Azizia. From Azizia, the bus will take you to. There are shuttle buses to the Haram, and our hotel, as we mentioned, is 900 meters from the Jamrat, so there's no need for a bus. The time it takes you to load the bus, you can walk to the Jamrat from there. Is it 20 minutes walk for economy package? No different. I'm not sure I understand the question. It's 20 minutes walk to the Haram in Mecca from the economy hotel, same as the premium hotel. It's from the camp. If you're asking about the camp, it's a good hour and a bit walk, maybe 2 hours for some people. Just depends on your fitness level. From the camp to the Jamrat, it's about 4 kilometers. So whatever time it's going to take you to walk. But you walk as a group. You'll find people are walking in groups together. Some will walk as one big group. Some from the group might go themselves earlier than the others. Things like that. Question: what about the hotel packages, hotels and services? I think you covered this in terms of the hotels, Annie. Like all the hotels have this breakfast and dinner. We're going to go through the packages anyway after this break, but they all have the same services. It's just the level of service, and everyone's aware of levels. So like there's 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. There's going to be an appropriate level of service according to that, or amenities according to that. So
just one thing, like people need to know. It's like when someone asked me. Actually, my brother asked me today. He said, "Is there a difference between the 3-star and the 4-star, or the premium and the standard?" Because I'm a bit confused which one to take. I told them, look, let's not cheat ourselves. Like we're human beings. We all like a little bit more of that comfort. Now, if I'm walking into a 4-star hotel, my lies light up a bit more and I feel a little bit more rest in my heart than sometimes in a 3-star hotel. Some people might be the opposite, but generally when you look seeing that a bit more comfort, a bit more lushness, you feel a bit more relaxed. So I told him, look, it's up to you, but there's not much of a difference between them. But having a little bit more of that, if you want to call it lush or luxury, the 4-star is a little bit different than the 3-star. So just
but Ahmed asks, is there a shifting option with luxury package? So our shifting package, our first option, a shifting package is a premium package. They're shifting into a luxury hotel. There is a luxury shifting package, so it's going to be basically luxury then in Mecca, in Medina and in Mecca, and it will shift into a premium hotel for the shorter days. That is a general package option, and I'll explain that after the break. So there will be a luxury shifting package, but it's not one that we're primarily looking to have a guide on. But if there's enough people on it, then certainly we will guide it, inshallah. There's a question about Nusuk. I think you've answered that. The flight number thing. Can I stay a few extra days after completing Hajj? When you book your tickets are non-changeable. So the group tickets are non-changeable. So you must, and the reason you're booking a ticket with the package is you'll get your visa if the ministry can see you have a flight in and out within the Hajj days according to your accommodation. If you want to stay later, and people did this last year, they need to book on what's called a custom flight later on, because you will either have to change your departure date or forfeit your departure flight and buy another ticket out. And again, you'll also have to make your own accommodation arrangements after your package is finished. We can help you if you need, but you'd need to book and pay for accommodation longer, or if you're going to go stay with friends or family, that's a different story, obviously, altogether. But we can answer those questions individually as well if we need it. The standard package will, at the moment, has a bus from between Medina and Mecca. Okay, and as Brother Hani mentioned quite clearly, we have a request for extra train tickets for the standard package, but as you can understand, limited seats. They're prioritizing the luxury and the premium. That's according to their dates. But we're hoping to get a couple of hundred extra seats that'll accommodate our standard package on that particular day. Because obviously, it's not about just having seats. It's about having seats available on the day that we're checking out and moving from Medina to Mecca. So we have that intention, but we can't give a confirmation yet because we don't have a confirmation yet, unfortunately.
Exactly. The other thing is someone mentioned earlier, one thing for Islamic travel that we really we don't muck around with is that we're very inclusive. So and when it comes to inclusive, we know that people come from different backgrounds, even in terms of their madhab. So you might be someone that follows the Hanafi madhab or the Shafi'i madhab or whatever. So our shuyukh always cater based on shura, what's best for the Hujjaj at the time. This will all be talked about when we have our classes and everything. So obviously we know if you're from subcontinent or the Arabs or whatever, that certain things might be, it's only like slight differences, but those slight differences, there's only two pretty much masail that are different between the, according to what the ulama have told us in previous year, that are different between the madhahib. So it's nothing really to dwell on too much, but we'll be talking about it in quite detail, inshallah, when the Hujjaj, we're together and we're doing our college degrees for Hajj, inshallah.
Inshallah. The question was about the luggage. How does the luggage move if in a shifting package? Well, it moves with you. Basically, the bus will pick you up at the hotel from one hotel and take you to the other hotel, and the luggage will go on the bus. So the luggage will move with you. When we're moving by train between Medina and Mecca, it's most likely we're going to be putting the luggage on a truck or on a van, and the luggage will, because the bags won't go on the train. There's limitations to bags on the train. So, but when we're shifting from one hotel to another, as part of the shifting package, basically a bus will pick you up. We will load all the bags onto the bottom of the bus, and it'll take you to drive to the other hotel and unload there. There is no shifting package with our standard at the moment. So we only have a shifting premium, and we'll have a shifting luxury. So there's no standard package that has a shifting into a luxury hotel.
And that's very thought out. It wasn't, we didn't just come up with that reason just out of thin air. We thought about the different, we always think, Islamic travel, we always think about affordability. And that's the biggest thing for us when we came into the market in the post-Nusuk era, is that we think, how can we make it most affordable for the Hujjaj? How can we make it the most affordable for the Hujjaj? And also giving him a convenient package. So we found that with shifting, the prices in a standard package is going to be similar to almost like a premium package. So we said we might as well just do a premium package that's good and convenient, than just have an additional package just for the sake of it. So yeah, that answers that question. Yeah.
Exactly. Then there was a question for non-shifting luxury packages, how easy or difficult it is to go to the hotel from Mina to the hotel during the Hajj days? It's not easy, is the answer, essentially, because it's about 5 kilometers from the camp. So you'll need to arrange a taxi or one of the private transports on the road to go from your camp to, and that's the same for, well, it's only for the luxury that they have the hotels. But if you're on a normal premium package and your hotel and standard hotel, your hotel is not the Dana one, which is 900 meters from the Jamarat, and it's the one that's proximity to the Haram, you'll need to get a taxi to your hotel during the Hajj days if you wanted to go to your hotel. Okay, but if you want to make use of the hotel that's available close to the Jamarat, then that our premium shifting package is the best option for you, because it covers all of those things. For Mecca, first we check into Mdana Hotel, then move to the address. Yeah, so for Mecca, we will check into, well, we'll arrive in Medina. So Mecca, sorry, for Mecca, as part of the shifting package, we'll be in Medina first, and we'll move to Mecca, and you'll check into the Dana Millennium Hotel next to the Jamarat. You'll go and perform your Umrah. You'll use a shuttle bus to go and perform your Umrah, come back, prepare yourselves for Hajj, and then the bus will pick us up and take us to the Mina camp, and then we'll do the Hajj days there. And after the Hajj days, when you come back after finishing the Jamarat, you'll be one night, 1 or 2 nights in the Dana Hotel, and then you will go for the 4 nights or 5 nights in the address hotel, and you can do your Tawaf al-Wida and extra Umrahs and things like that while you're there, inshallah.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. MashaAllah, I just got shivers down my spine. Like, alhamdulillah, we're talking about all this. It's and you know, it's yani, the emotions are already kicking in. MashaAllah, Allah bless you all. MashaAllah.
Yeah. So you answered the question about bathroom, right? There's bathrooms in the camps. They're maintained 24/7, so you don't have to worry about that. They're clean. It's fantastic now. We'll have photos. We're going to give you the names of the hotels and everything. Photos of the tents. Yeah, I think I've shared them on the WhatsApp group already. If you've joined the WhatsApp group later in the stage, I'll reshare them. There's not much difference, to be honest. It's like a economy seat and a premium economy seat on a plane. There's a couple of inches wider and a few inches longer. The biggest difference, as Hani mentioned, is in the luxury camp, you might have a little bit less people in the tent as in the other tent, but there's really very much little difference. The food, I think the buffet. Remember,
they had a sheep on a spit.
On the spit, yeah. So a little bit more luxury in terms of the food.
I don't know if they're going to have that this year, but that's what they had last year.
Yeah. So that's where some of the luxuries are. You're paying for the proximity more than anything else.
For all those meat eaters out there, like, just take it easy on your meat intake, inshallah.
Yeah. How are you guys accommodating for the difference of opinion? So we answered the madhab question.
Yeah.
The buses, the shuttle buses from and to the haram in the shifting package. So all of the hotels outside of the luxury package have shuttle buses because like to get from the hotel. So even though we've situated hotels that are walking distance, due to the heat, we're going to recommend take the shuttle bus anyway because it's hot. Like you don't want to be, walking in the heat. But there are shuttle buses. There is a time, I think a couple of days before Hajj day starts, the shuttle buses stop. The government blocks the roads, and then you can only use the public transport or taxis. You can't use the hotel shuttle buses anymore. But by that time, you'll have done your Umrah and everything, inshallah. And we'd be recommending you actually take it easy. A lot of people were trying to do 2nd and 3rd Umrahs before Hajj, even though we advised against it. And then on the day that we were going to Mina, they were sick in bed and they were struggling just to perform the actual Hajj. Yeah. So please, this is not a time, like Hani mentioned, we're not going in January. We're going in the middle of summer. It's 45 degrees every day plus. You need to pace yourself, as you mentioned.
I said to people before that I used to wake, like after Fajr, after we finished Fajr, the weather was like 40 degrees. And then by the time it was like 8 a.m., it would reach high 40s. It was like 8 a.m., 8:30. And so the times of, I want to do this extra, I want to do that extra. Your main day that you should be exerting energy is trying to get to the day of Arafah. So if your guide, Islamic travel, any of us is telling you just pace yourself, please follow that advice. We don't say that out of thin air. We say that because your well-being is the number one for us. So inshallah, you can perform your Hajj in the best state possible. There's another question here. Is there a specific group for women with a dedicated guide? So, yes. So the women so like we mentioned before, we try and make sure with the women that we have a team already in our team. Alhamdulillah, in Islamic travel, we have women who are very well versed in Umrah and also very well versed in looking after pilgrims, and they're very well trained to look after them and care for them and to assist them, inshallah, through the experience. So whether they're giving talks or being by your side is something that we prioritize. And that's why there's never going to be a group of women that women are going on their own and the whole group is going from A to Z. It's just we have support, direct support, frontline support to assist you through the experience, inshallah. Did you want to add something on that, Yusuf?
Yeah, I was just going to say, inshallah, we have, of course, Allah decides who goes to Hajj and who doesn't go to Hajj.
Yep.
But we have sisters they have intention to join us and come as our support guides. That will be, particularly for the time that we're in Mina and Arafah, they'll be there to do the talks and the motivational talks and the Ruhaniya talks for the sisters, the du'as and the movements. But in terms of when we're in the hotels, we have shuyukh in all of the packages that'll do the general talks. But we'll also we had last year, we had a ladies session where we had for ladies to ask any questions related ladies issues on traveling, on ibadah and Hajj and things like that. We'll have ladies as we said, dedicated ladies at the campsite from Australia with us that will be assisting you in terms of, because normally when in Arafah, the sheikh or in the Mina tents, they're separated. And so the shuyukh give a talk and the ladies miss out. But this way we have ladies, ustazas that are coming, sheikhs that are coming, that will be able to give you those same talks and assistance. And you can reach out to them, obviously, through the process for any questions specific to women.
We'll have also a women's group, because women like to talk and share, and also we have fiqh related questions that pertaining to women when women feel more comfortable to ask a woman. We also make sure that that's catered for as well, inshallah.
Yeah.
The other thing, sorry.
Go.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this question here, I'm just looking at in terms of Qurban. So during Hajj, it's called Hadi. So when a Hajj is sacrificing, we call it the Hadi sacrifice. And please, we're not going to compare. 2002 is a whole different experience. What happened in 2022 is very different from what happened last year, and inshallah, what's going to happen this year. It was an experimental year, 2022. And there was a lot of learnings to take from it, and a lot of things didn't go right, and a lot of things did go right, but there was a lot of improvements to be made. So we definitely never use 22 as a benchmark. We use 23 as a benchmark. So if the Hadi is included in the packages, we'll definitely mention it to you. At the moment, I think, Yusuf, they're not in the package.
I think we're inclined to leave, like when they include the Hadi in the packages, due to costings and exchanges, they usually pad the price. So if it's normally about $300, they'll say it's like $400 to be safe, to cover the cost.
Yeah.
What we're doing, and we did this last year, was to say, no, we'll give everybody the link to the official Saudi Hadi website. You can order your Hadi and you'll pay the direct price. There's no markup, there's no margin. You'll pay the direct price. You'll choose the type of Hadi you want, whether it's a sheep, a goat, a lamb, this and that. For yourself or your family, and you'll pay directly to them by credit card. You'll put your phone number and your email in, and you'll get notified when it's done. But once it's paid for, and we get to the thing as you consider it done, and so you're paying just the exact rate for the, and I think we're inclined to do that, because that way people, they know what they're paying, and they know what they're getting for what they're paying for. So. So this question is coming up a lot. How frequent are the shuttle buses from Mu'asim to Azizia? So I need to make it clear, there are no shuttle buses from Mu'asim camp to Azizia. There's no need to go from the Mu'asim camp to Azizia, right? Unless you wanted to use your hotel. And therefore we mentioned, we put our hotel 900 meters from the Jamarat. So we made it possible that you can just walk there quite quickly, okay? There are shuttle buses from the hotels, right? The Azizia Hotel and even the other hotels which are closer to Haram. There are shuttle buses from there to the Haram or to the Haram car park. Okay, so you can go and perform your Umrah, you can go and perform Tawaf, you can go and pray. And so, yes, when you come into Mecca for the first time in the standard package or the premium package, or even the shifting package, you're going to be in one of the hotels that are, 1.5 kilometers. So the Azizia Hotel is about 3 kilometers, well, 2.6 kilometers, precise. And the other hotels are 1.4 kilometers. In fact, the standard package hotel, if you don't go on the Google map and if you actually take the laneway walk, it ends up only being about 900 meters, 950 meter walk. Okay. But we're giving you the official Google map distance, which is 1.4 kilometers, if you follow the Google map road on the footpath. Okay. And the Volca Hotel is 1.3 kilometers as well. from there. So those hotels have shuttle buses to take you through. So when you arrive there, you'll check into your hotel. Yes, you'll need to take the shuttle bus to the Haram to go and perform your Umrah. But those buses are running regularly and constantly because they know that it's designed to take millions of Hujjaj to go and perform Umrah. That's specifically what they're designed to do. And the hotels put on more buses. In fact, they put on bigger buses. Normally, hotel shuttle buses are those coaster type things. But during the Hajj days, they bring in the big coach type buses, 40-seaters. They're just doing loops back and forth between the car park and the hotels. There are rooms for couples on our standard package and possibly on our general luxury shifting package. But otherwise, all of the rooms at this point, the hotels are providing as quad rooms.
Which is 4 in a room for those people that know what quad is. So it's 4 single beds.
4 single beds, yeah.
Single beds usually, or single beds in a room.
Yeah, and it'll be males in a room and females in a room, but obviously husbands and wives, you'll be in a male room or a sister's room, but you're in the same hotel, so you can see each other. You can just come out into the hallway and talk to each other, or if you're in a different, like down the hallway, or you can meet in the meeting room or the restaurant room or the lobby. You can see each other as much as you want to see each other, if you need to see each other.
So I think we'll do one more question and then we can go off for Salah, I think. We've got a question here. I'm confused regarding the shifting package. You stay in some Dar hotel at night or at the Mawasim camp?
No, in the shifting package, the reason we're talking about shifting is shifting of your hotel. So when you come to Mecca, you will check into the Dana Millennium Hotel, okay, near Azizia, in Azizia, next to the Jamarat. You will stay there and go and do your Umrah and come back and stay there for a few days. Then you will go to the camp to perform Hajj. And then you'll come back to the hotel whenever you're finished your Hajj, and you'll stay there another night. And then you will shift to the luxury hotel next to the Haram for the next 5 to 6 days, depending on the length of the package. Okay, and then you'll be able to form your Tawaf Wida at the end. You can do Umrahs, you can pray in the Haram 5 times. You're right next to the mosque, basically. So the shifting isn't to do with the camp itself, it's to do with the hotels. Okay. So I think we need to take a break and we'll come back. I know there's a lot of questions, probably like 40 odd questions, but there's a lot to get through. Let's take a break now. It's now 8:44 or 8:45,
Come
inshallah.
back at 9.
At 9 o'clock, I'll leave everything running. We'll leave the session, the meeting on. Everybody, please, we're going to perform our Maghrib Salat. Make dua for yourselves, make dua for your families, make dua for everybody else, that we all get accepted to be able to perform Hajj. Nobody should take anything for granted. And we'll meet back here at 9 o'clock and we'll continue. We'll talk through the actual packages themselves, which may answer some of the other questions that are coming along, inshallah. So we'll keep the screen on. I'll keep everybody on mute and we'll continue again at 9 o'clock, inshallah.
So we're going to talk about flights and packages specific things that are in there, inshallah.
I'm going to put a poll on when people are, when they come back, just answer the questions on the poll. And we'll go from there, inshallah. Continue.
Inshallah. No,
okay.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so I'll end the poll. Okay, some people are still. If anyone hasn't completed the poll, if you can do that, inshallah, before we continue, just give everyone a chance to finish up. All done, answered. Okay, that one's done. Alhamdulillah.
Even 10 more seconds to make
inshallah,
final afkar, inshallah.
Yep, and then I'll just do a.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Sorry, I miss out on the part of shifting and unshifting. Can you please just explain it in a short way? Sorry about that because I'm not in Australia.
Yes. So what part is it that you want to understand exactly? Sister, what part was it you were trying to understand?
You can just explain it to her, like just briefly again.
Well, what I missed part of the question. What was the question? I don't understand.
She's just saying she missed the part about shifting and non-shifting. She doesn't understand what the difference is.
Oh, okay. So let me go back to the shared screen. While that's
Assalamu
happening,
alaikum, brother. I'm really sorry. Just I need to understand the difference between the package because I miss out on the Zoom meeting because I'm outside Australia.
Yes, yes. So the shifting package, as you can see here, the shifting package means that when you are in, you will check into your hotel in Mecca when you arrive. In our shifting package, you will check into the premium hotel. When you arrive, you'll stay there for a couple of days, and then we will go to Hajj and perform Hajj, the Hajj Mashayikh camp days. Then after Hajj days, you'll come back to that premium hotel, and you'll stay another one night there. And then you will move from that hotel to the 5-star hotel next to the Haram. And then you will have the next 5 days, depending on the length of the package. You will have, it'll be 5 days, I think. You'll have the next days at the address hotel, which is right next to the Haram, the 5-star hotel. That's the difference between shifting and non-shifting. It's only to do with the Mecca hotel that is shifting from. Okay, and we'll move by bus. The bus will pick you up from the hotel with your bags and take you to the other hotel close to the Haram. Okay, so that's what the difference between the shifting, and it's on the screen there, the difference between shifting and non-shifting for those, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Will you talk about the standard package, please? What about the transport? What about the rooms? What about the hotel? How far they are, please?
Yes,
we want to understand more about the standard package,
I
please.
mentioned that, I answered that question in the chat to say we will
What
talk
about
about
the
all the
transport?
package. Brother, we will answer everything.
We're going to talk about all
the
the
coming
package
through.
stuff.
Please
in
just
the
be
next
patient.
slides,
We'll
inshallah.
talk through it.
Inshallah,
Each
it's all
package,
coming,
shifting, non-shifting, premium, standard, luxury, everything we will talk through.
Just a reminder for everyone, inshallah, all that we spoke about in the last hour is just criteria. So the primary criteria was reputation of the agency or the tour company that you're going with. And number 2 was the secondary things that you look for, the criteria for a package. That's all we've talked about. Now we're going to talk about the flight options, and we're going to talk about the specific packages, the standard, premium, and the luxury. We're going to talk about each of them individually, what they have and what they don't have.
Brother Hani, I have a specific question. Please give me one moment, please.
Yes.
Okay, I sent this message several times, but actually there's a misunderstanding. We have to stay at Mina camp for 5 nights. So from first night, we have to go to Jamara, and then we will take rest at Ajijia. Then we have to return to stay at the camp for night. Next morning, we'll do same thing, going to Jamara, then taking rest at Ajijia, then return to camp.
No. That's
3
not
nights
correct.
we have to do that.
No, this is not the Hajj days doesn't work like that. So on the first day we go to Mina, we will stay overnight, nothing to do. This next morning we will wake up, we'll go to Arafah and we'll perform Hajj. That is your Hajj. Okay.
Yes.
Then after Arafah, we will go by bus to Muzdalifah and we will stay overnight in Muzdalifah until Fajr time. We will walk to Jamrat and throw the Jamrat and then walk back to the camp. Then you will stay in the camp overnight. The next day you will walk to the Jamrat, throw the Jamrat and come back to the camp.
Yes, so 2 nights. We have to
And
go
then
to
the next
Jamara and come back to camp.
and the next day again you will do the same thing and then you will leave.
Okay, so how to go from camp to Jamara and return to camp?
Walking.
Only walking, no shuttle bus available here?
No, walking.
Okay, so 4 kilometers, 8 kilometers we have to
Yes.
do every 3 nights. I think 3 nights.
For
3
2 days you will do it. Yeah, 3 days, yes.
Okay, this is my question. Thank you now.
No
So
problem.
no shuttle bus. No shuttle
No,
bus.
no. The most difficult time, the most challenging time, of Hajj is the 10th and 11th of Dhul Hijjah. So you have to prepare yourself fitness-wise, physically, to do those walking days, whatever tent that you're in, inshallah.
Can I just, I'm going to ask everybody, please, no asking questions. I'm going to just, there's 3 hands up there. Actually, Brother Bash or sister, I'm not sure, brother or sister, has had their hand up for quite some time, patiently and quietly waiting. Bash, can you ask your question?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if it is possible for a family of 3 or 4, can they be in the same room?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. If you have 4 people, you have 4 people, you can be in the room. So when you are booking your package, once the packages are booked, and this is why we are getting the information, your email address, your passport number, your name. So once the packages are booked, we will have all the details. And then I will send out, we have done this before, so please, you need to trust the process. We will send out a form to ask if you want to have any rooming preferences. Do you know friends or family that are traveling with you? that you want to be in the same room. So if it's 4 people, we can put you all in the same room. If it's 3 of you and there's a husband and wife and a child, I can't put you in a room of 4 unless you have another mahram going with you. Then it'll be men in one room and women in another room. But we will put people that want to be together next with them if they're in the same package in the same hotel. So we can do that for you. No problem, inshallah.
No worries. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And brother Jihad?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Just wanted to clarify, is the Qurban included in the package?
No. We said earlier that Qurban is not included. We're going to give you the link to the Qurban website, and you can choose and pay for whichever one you want at the exact cost that it costs. No add-ons or anything like that.
Yeah, because Jihad, what happened last year is that why Brother Yusuf mentioned about the cost is because when they're adding it to the cost of the package, they're inflating the price significantly. So we thought it's better to have at whatever the cost is, whether it's $300 or $400, that's how much you're paying, instead of paying $700, $800, $900, which is sometimes being charged on other packages.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah, you're welcome.
Minhaja, last question before we move on, and we'll continue, inshallah. Minhaja?
Can I have a question, please?
1 second, please. Minhaja, is that you?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, can I have a quick question, please?
Brother Muhammad, please, you have to wait.
Brother Muhammad, just wait for Minhaja, please.
Yeah.
How far is the address hotel from Haram?
About 4 minutes walk.
Okay. In that case, can we select our own hotels in Clock Tower?
No.
All right, thank you.
I think just to clarify that question, like we mentioned in the slide, the clock tower during busy times like Hajj and Ramadan takes much longer to get to your rooms and getting to the tiles of the Haram than other hotels that are around it, because it holds 120 floors and there's 10,000 plus or minus people that go there. Going in and out of the elevators and through the shopping takes quite a significant time. I wouldn't encourage, unless it had to be. It's still a quality hotel, still has great amenities, but during peak times, it's not the top 2 or 3 hotels. And this is, I'm saying this from brother to brother. This is not as a business. We're saying this as genuine as possible in terms of convenience. So convenience, it doesn't tick the box as compared to other hotels. So just take that as advice, inshallah.
Because we're going to run late. We'll go until tomorrow with this thing. Brother Muhammad, you had a question, then Nabiha, and then Zaidun, and then we move on with the presentation.
My question was like, as a couple, can we stay together in one room?
If you book a twin room, which we have on our standard package, yes, you can.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Sister Nabiha?
Brother, again, on the 9th Julhaj, the Arafat day, you will take us from camp by bus to Arafat.
Yes.
And then by bus again from Arafat to Muzdalifah.
Yes.
And then by bus again from Muzdalifah to our tent. Is that right?
No. Yes to the first question, yes to the second question, and no to the... So Mina to Arafat by bus. Arafat to Muzdalifah by bus.
Yes.
Muzdalifah to the Jamrat is walking.
Okay. How far is it? Muzdalifah to Jamra, how far?
4 kilometers, 4.5 kilometers. Because you're going to go past your camp. Muzdalifah is right next to our tent, our camp.
Okay.
So you're walking from the camp to... Some people will go from Muzdalifah, they'll go first to the camp to freshen up, reload on water bottles, things like that. Go to bathroom, and then they will go to the Jamrat. Some people will go directly because it's still very early in the morning, so they want to beat the sunlight. So that's up to you. There will be groups going, and you can choose which group you wish to, whether you want to go with the... It's up to you, whatever's going to work for you, inshallah. But that part is walking. That's when the walking starts.
Okay. So for Kabash, we do not need to walk that much. It is close. Yeah.
For which?
For the Muzdalifah.
Kabsh. The Kabsh camp is correct. But Kabsh camp, then you have to walk to the train station. From Mina, as I mentioned, There, listen, everyone has to understand. We are on Hajj. There is no getting out of walking.
Kabsh to train station, it is for 1 day only. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 day from Mina to Arafah, and from Arafah to Muzdalifah, or from Muzdalifah rather to and then Muzdalifah to Jamrat, back to the camp, is on the train. But you're paying for that just for that one day of convenience. But it's up to you. It is easier, certainly. But you're still, the key is that if somebody asked me, sent me a message, say, look, is it like, if I have to walk 1 kilometer round trip, it's going to be too hard. Can I do it? I said, if you can't walk a kilometer, you're going to struggle on this Hajj, on any Hajj, because just your Umrah alone is 5 kilometers. Just to do Umrah alone is 5 kilometers. To do the Sa'i 7 times back and forth, it's 3.5 kilometers. Then you have to add the walking for Tawaf in the crowd.
Yeah.
So we are going to have a program. We're going to encourage everybody to be able to, for between now or once you've booked your package, inshallah, between February and Hajj time, a steady program to increase our walking slowly so that we're all ready, particularly in the heat. That's why we say don't overestimate your ability and don't underestimate the heat. We have to be prepared. We have to prepare ourselves.
Brother Yusuf, we can stop it there. Sorry.
Yeah.
The intricacies of walking and going here and going there, I think we should hold off on that. I think there's a time and place for that. This meeting is not for talking about walking and going here and going there. Let's try and focus, inshallah, if you don't mind, just on the flights and on the rest of the slides, because then we could be here for a very long time. Inshallah, those questions, we're happy to answer them, but it's this particular meeting is more to talk about the packages and talk about the flights and talk about the criteria. So inshallah, if we can just be patient for that. And if there's any questions at the end, we'll allow you that time, and then we'll move on from there, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Okay. So in terms of the flights that we have for the packages, we have what's called group flights or package flights. These are flights that we have pre-purchased from the airlines and attached to the packages. And the way that the Nusuk and the Hajj Ministry has determined for this year is that in the first round of bookings, it's going to be what's called country-specific booking. So everybody in Australia, New Zealand, will be able to see packages from Australia, New Zealand. Okay, you won't see packages, general packages that are available to other countries around the world. You'll see packages that are available from Australia with flights already attached to them. Okay, there is a quota in Australia for 650 flights, 650 places. That's the quota in Australia, for initial quota in Australia for Hajj. Same as it was last year. But last year, over 1,300 people went for Hajj from Australia, alhamdulillah. Okay. So for the initial first round, 650 places. So I'll say it again, for the initial first round only, for the 650 places, we have 400 flights available. Okay. Because we know we're not going to get 650 people, given that there's many companies in Australia. But to be safe, we've got 400 flights available through Rawaf for our first round of bookings. We have flights from Melbourne, from Sydney, from Brisbane, and from Perth. Okay, across our packages, our premium package, standard packages, and luxury packages. Okay, some packages have flights from all 4 cities. Some packages have flights from only 1 or 2 cities. So if it's only 1 or 2 cities, it's going to be Melbourne and Sydney. But our standard package and a premium package, they all have flights from all the 4 cities. Unfortunately, we could not get any flights from Adelaide. Okay, so in the first round of booking, on the 31st of January is the scheduled date of the first round of booking. Okay, the package that you've saved into your shopping cart, plus the flight that you've saved into your shopping cart, will be there. You'll simply log in and click on go to your shopping cart and press pay, and you'll get your booking. Now, it is expected that all of the quota for Australia will fill up in the first round of booking with the group flights. But the reason I say there, do not panic, is that as with the previous years, there's expectation that all of the excess quota that is left over will then go into what's called a pool for general round of booking, for general bookings. Okay, and last year there was 10,000 excess quota, so we're going to be conservative and assume this year, let's say there's only 5,000 extra quota. So the general booking will be on or after the 6th of February, so a week later, or a week later, basically. And this is where any of the extra quota is booked with custom flights. So those people that are wanting to book flights from Lebanon, from Iraq, from Turkey, from India, from Pakistan, Malaysia, wherever it is, if you're booking a custom flight because you have no choice but to book a custom flight, okay, you need to wait until that second, third round of booking for the general booking stage when all the quota is available and you can book any of the packages with your custom flight. In terms of availability and ability to book a package, if you think about it, in the first round with the group flights, there are only 650 places available for Australia. Whereas in the subsequent round, the general round, there'll be 5,000 to maybe 10,000 quota available. So you actually have more chance of getting a package in the second, third round. Okay. Now, that's not to say you should wait till the second or third round. If you know you are traveling from Australia for Hajj and coming back to Australia, you are not planning any side trip, you're not planning any holiday before or after or anything else, you should save your package into your shopping cart so that it's very quick and easy for you to book your package and get a package in the first round. To make it clear, last year, 60% of our packages were booked with the custom flights. Okay, so 40% of our packages were booked with group flights, but people that wanted to drop off children with parents or with family overseas, or were traveling from overseas, or wanted to book a custom flight because they wanted to go traveling somewhere afterwards. 60% of our Hujjaj last year got custom flights in the second, third round, or in the subsequent rounds, even in the first round, but this year you can only get it from the second round. Of that 1,300 people, so that came from Australia, more than half came on custom flights. So the key here is not to panic, to think, oh, I have to drop off my kids in overseas for my parents to look after them. Or for whatever reason, I have to travel from overseas. I'm going to be overseas. I'm living overseas. I have to travel from overseas. Okay. Yeah, you will more than likely be able to get a package. We obviously cannot give you any guarantees of a package of any flights because it depends on what quota is left over from the other countries. And as I said, in the previous years, it's been close to 10,000 excess quota left over that have been made available into the general booking stage for anybody to book. And then therefore, most of the people, or all the people from Australia that wanted to go for Hajj, that had the means, had the money, and had the timing, were able to book a package. I don't believe there are very many people last year that missed out on a package due to non-availability of package. It may be a non-availability of a standard package if they only had budget for a standard package, or non-availability of their particular preferred premium package if they only had budget for premium package. Okay, but everybody that had the means and registered and verified and put their money into the e-wallet and on Nusuk last year, alhamdulillah, got a package and went for Hajj from Australia. Okay, it'd be very few that missed out because of non-availability, or they missed out because they registered late, because last year they had 4 rounds of bookings. It took 4 separate rounds of bookings to be able to fill up all of the packages. Granted, in the first round, there was a glitch and it was only open for a few hours, and then they had to stop it and then start it again, but that was still the first round. Then they had a second round because they had excess packages. Then they offered a third round to Australia because they had excess packages and they wanted to fill the packages. Then they offered a 4th round of booking. Well, it's like a 3.5. It was like 2 days later, a 4th round of booking to offer packages for people from Australia or anywhere in the world. Because the Ministry of Hajj and Nusuk, they want to fill every single bed and package that is available for Hajj. They will not close it off until they're all full. So you'll have every opportunity, inshallah, to book a package based on the flights. So the key thing about the flights and custom flights is if you're going with a group flight, if you're able to go from Australia, go to Hajj and come back with a group flight, that should be your preferred option. And that will be, at this stage, scheduled for the 31st of January, unless the Ministry of Hajj changed the date for some reason. Okay, so that is the difference between the custom and the group flights for the packages. So very quickly, I'll go through it again. First round, only group flights are available. When you book your package and you save it to your cart and you move to the flight screen, you will see all the flights. Flight from Melbourne, flight from Sydney, flight from Brisbane, flight from Perth. You pick which one you want, you save it, you put it in your shopping cart. And then you save there until the booking comes. We are going to recommend, as we come through to the package stages, that everybody should have a preferred package that they've saved and have a backup package just in case either the flights are sold out beforehand or the package is sold out by the time because when you log in, you have to go in a queue to log in and pay. So you have a backup package, so you're not thinking about it at that time. It's too late to start thinking about and searching for. Have your preferred package and your backup package ready. It could be just, I'm flying from Sydney, for example, on my package, but if that flight's sold out, I'll just take the Melbourne flight, or I'll take the Brisbane flight, or whatever it is, just so you get your package. Or if the package is gone, then I'll take the alternate. I'll go to a premium, I'll go to a standard, whatever it happens to be at the time. But inshallah, as it's been with previous years, everybody that wants to go and has the means to go, that is verified and puts their money in, will be able to go, inshallah. In terms of the timeline that everyone has to be aware of before we get into the packages, we're currently now in the registration and verification stage. Everyone knows. I believe a majority of the people have gone through or being verified. I'm going to do a very quick poll here. It's just on verification or not. If you can, everyone can just quickly let us know if you've been verified or if you're still under verification through the process. This is going to continue up until the 15th, at this stage, 15th of January, which is 3 days. The registration verification actually will happen all the way up until 30th of January. Sorry. So we've still got another sort of nearly 3 weeks to get fully verified. And once that's completed, then you load up your e-wallet. E-wallet's going to open up probably on the 15th of January anyway, for everyone to open up the e-wallet. Okay, so it looks like more than just a little over half are fully verified, and quite a lot still under verification. But alhamdulillah, if you're under verification, that means you're in the queue, in the process. The key is that you've actually, gone through the steps of applying and getting yourselves verified for that steps, inshallah. Then on the 15th of January, if it goes according to schedule, you will see all of the packages online. We're going to talk through them tonight, but you'll see all of the packages online. You'll see the details, you'll see the hotel, everything that we're going to talk about, but you'll see much more than we can give you now anyway. It'll be there, it'll show you the cost. All the pricing is going to be in Saudi Riyals. Okay, so all the pricing will be in Saudi Riyals for the packages. And then you'll click over to the flights section and you'll see how much the flights cost. And that'll give you the total package cost for the package and flights, which is what we've been telling you over the last few weeks anyway, the average pricing that we've been giving you for the different stages and different categories. The pricing we've been giving in Australian dollars is including flights and packages as just a general guideline, but you'll see exactly the price in Saudi Riyals on the Nusuk system when you log in after the 15th of January, provided it goes according to plan. You will load the wallet. We are going to send out a PDF document which shows you the step-by-step instructions, how to load the wallet, how to load it from a bank account, how to load it from your credit card, although that's pretty straightforward. The ABN, the BSB number, sorry, not ABN, the IBAN number to look for, everything like that. We recommend, and we'll tell you, you'll do a test transfer just quickly, make sure the money goes in, and you do the bulk of your transfers. Then according to schedule, inshallah, on the 31st of January, we'll get told the date and time of the booking. We will let everybody know, obviously. On that date and time, you need to be at your computer ready to log in. And you'll be in the queue. Okay, and as soon as you're inside the portal, in the Nusuk portal, because you've already saved your package and you've saved your flight and everything onto the system, you simply go to your shopping cart, which will be in the top right-hand corner. Click on your shopping cart and click on pay, or buy package, whatever the wording is going to be, and all your money should be there, and you'll get your package, inshallah. If you're in the queue and it's taking you 10, 15, or an hour, it sometimes takes people an hour and a half to get in the queue, but they still got their package. But if you happen to take an hour and a half to get in to the front of the queue and to pay for your package, and as I said, if the flight's gone or the package gone, have in your mind already written down your backup package and backup flight that you want to book to go, inshallah. Okay, and then on the 6th of February, the general booking stage will come, and that will be where the bulk of all of the available packages will be for Australia and New Zealand, for all the countries, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji. You'll be able to book your package accordingly and select your flights. So when you're selecting the flights in that system, it's actually just like searching on Google Flights or on Skyscanner. You'll say, I'm traveling from wherever you are in Kuala Lumpur, for example, to Jeddah and back. You put in the dates. So obviously you have to match up the date according to the package that you want, and it'll tell you how much the price is. And you'll have a list of different airlines offering, whether it's Etihad, Emirates, Qatar, Saudi, Malaysia, whatever airlines are flying from that city. You'll have them all there. You choose the one you want, put it to your cart, and you pay for it. Okay. And I can stress again to people to let you know, last year, more than half of the people that went on custom packages. Inshallah, it shouldn't be a problem this year. Okay. That is the, let me just get out of this.
Yusuf, if you'd like,
yes.
It might be a good time to ask before you go to the next slide, if you want, or you can do it after this slide. Just get some questions about just the flight thing and this particular one.
Yeah.
Dates, or...
I have a poll for the flights that people want to tell us what flights they're thinking to get. This will be very quick. It's only two options: group or car. If everyone can just advise what was their intention, what are they intending to do? Were you intending to book on the first round for group flights, or were you thinking to book in the later rounds custom flights because of your particular circumstances? So it's looking like 70. Okay, so everyone's answered. I'll just share the results there. I don't know. Can everyone see the results? I'm not sure. Can you see on the screen?
Yeah.
Yep. So you can see the majority of the people are looking to go on the group flights.
About 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. So look, I don't know if the result of what we were talking about for the group flights has caused a change in what you were thinking based on these things that's on the screen. But certainly, I'll go to here and I'll just spotlight it. I can see the. Yeah, so anyway, 3/4 are looking to go on the group flights. So alhamdulillah, everyone should be able to easily get their package that they want on at the time, inshallah. So let me go back to
this. We've got a couple of questions here. Do you want to answer them?
Yeah, what are the questions?
Yeah, we've got Helen. Helen, would you have a question? Sister Helen? Sister Helen?
Go to Brother Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Thanks,
I'll make it quick. So on the 15th, are we saying all the packages will be available to view? And at the same time, on the 15th, we should be able to load up the e-wallet?
Yes, inshallah. That's the scheduled plan, inshallah.
Okay. And when you say 15th, I guess I'm being a bit obsessive about this, maybe. So is it 15 at the dead? I mean, around the dot of after midnight of? Is that when it opens, or does it match up Saudi time?
Yeah, it's going to be around Saudi time, so it'll be it could be like Fajr time or late morning for us. But it's not going to matter because you just review. No, being first to receive it or last to receive it won't impact your booking, inshallah.
Does it impact you from selecting a package that may reach its quota?
No. Selecting it, let's say, for example, a package has 100 beds.
Yeah.
For example, 300 people can put that package into their shopping cart. The first come first serve will come on the 31st of January when it comes time to pay for the package.
Right. And when you talk about customizing flights, so for example, if I go from Sydney to Jeddah and Medina to Sydney, is that considered as a customized flight or just part of the group flight?
No, our flights are like that. So our flights are going to go from Australia to Medina.
Yep.
And then come from Jeddah back to Australia.
Okay, so that's just a standard group booking then.
That's whatever is available for you to book in the first round, regardless of the routing of it, is a group flight. It's a group booking. It's part of the package. It's a package flight.
Okay, and the last question is: you said you could load up money on e-wallet from your debit card, credit card, or your bank account. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
You're welcome. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Yusuf.
Alaikum salam, brother. Afwan, Bash, I think somebody else was in the queue in front of you.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Good. Dr. Omar?
Yeah, just a couple of questions. One is that when we are booking the flights, can we select business class or not?
No. So when the flights are the group flights that are booked up, all economy flights. Okay. Because what happens is we have to pay for these flights from the beginning. Okay. Yeah. So it's a risk. 400 flights have been purchased, an average of about $4,000 a flight. Okay.
So, if I want to do a business class, what do I do? Is custom flight or
custom flight? Yes. So custom flight will be the best option for you in the second round, in the general round. So when you are searching, when you've selected your package, so let's say you put your package into the cart, and you'll go to the flight screen. There's a window on there, and we're just going to send out a PDF document. We'll have screenshots of it. Based on last year's, there's like, it will say flying from this city, flying to this city, and then you will select how many people, or well, actually, it'll select the number of people based on your package anyway, and then it will show you the flights, and you'll select the business class options in the drop
So
downs.
that means I cannot go into first round if I want to go.
Correct. You cannot go in the first round. They haven't allowed. They've changed it this year. Last year, you could book the custom flights in the first round.
Yeah.
And we've got notification that they've changed it, so it's all in the general round.
Okay. And the second question I have is that all my family members are verified except 2 daughters.
Yes.
So if I put money for them in the wallet, can I get it back or not? Or
Yes, yes. And this is one of the reasons, this is particularly one of the reasons that we're telling people, when you're depositing money into the e-wallet, do it from your regular standard or account that you have ongoing, not a debit card, not a like a travel card or a money card that you've purchased just for the sake of the transfer to try and save some currency exchange, because that a card doesn't have an account number attached to it that you can get your money back to, because how you pay is how you're going to get your money back. So if you pay from your credit card, you'll get your money back to your credit card. If you pay from your bank account, you'll get your money back to your bank account.
just last quick question. If I because I want to book everything in first round, so if I can book economy class now and later on, that money will be paid, of course. Later on, I can buy additional business class ticket. Is that possible?
I would say it's possible yes. So you'll have to upgrade the seat to a business class seat. What'll happen is the airline. So we have flights with Emirates and Qatar for all of our flights. So if you're booking, for example, I think our luxury package is with Emirates Airlines. So you'll book the flight with Emirates. Once the ticket is issued, we will ask them you can ask them to change it to a business class flight. They'll remove it from the group flight pricing and give you a business class price, and you need to pay the difference and the change fee, obviously.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome, inshallah. And I think after Dr. Omar, before we continue on, was is it Shanila? Shanila?
Yes,
Yes, sister.
Shanila?
I just wanted to ask, so when we do the purchases, it's flights and package. Do we have to do the same, I mean, both of them together in the same time, or can we do, say, flights first and then come back again for the actual package?
No, it has to be done at the same time. The system won't allow you to book one without the other.
Okay, I see. All right. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Wa iyaakum. You're welcome. Okay, Brother Bash.
Assalamu alaikum. So, Brother Yusuf, I was wondering, the custom flight and the general flight, now does, say, booking from Melbourne, flying out of Melbourne and coming back through Brisbane, is that part of the custom flight, or that is just a general flight?
No, booking, if our flights that we have in the group flights to go from any city you're leaving from, you'll come back to the same city. If you want to travel from one city in Australia and come back to a different city, you have to book that in the custom flight. But keep in mind, that's what's called an open jaw ticket, where you're booking in and out of a different place. Last year, that feature wasn't active. This year, we've been advised it's going to be active, but we haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
So I would suggest, for the sake of getting a package, if you're wanting to go to Brisbane for a holiday after your Hajj, just go from Melbourne, come back to Melbourne. It's a short 2-hour domestic flight to Brisbane.
All right. See how it goes. Thank you.
Okay. I think I know there's a lot of answers. Any of these questions regarding the flights issue particularly? If it's regarding flights, we'll continue with the questions.
Yes, hello, brother. In Melbourne, there are 2 airports. So we want to go from the one airport and return to another airport. Is it custom flight?
No. You want to go from Tullamarine and return to Avalon?
Yeah.
No, sister. You're going to make things difficult for yourself and complicated to book a package. Fly in and out of Melbourne Airport.
Only one airport.
One airport. Yes.
But we Calamarin, sorry, Avalon. Can you start from Avalon and return to Avalon?
Well, you have to search on the general round for the flight, and if it's available, you can book it.
Okay, general round at 6th of February. But if you do that, we will miss the luxury package, isn't it?
Allahu Alam. I don't know. I don't think you'll necessarily miss, but I mean, you are taking a risk. I mean, just to fly from Avalon, you're going for Hajj. You're traveling 20 hours, like 10,000 kilometers to save 60 kilometers between Avalon and Melbourne Airport. Is it worth it?
No, because my son is studying there, so he has to go from there, and we are living in this side.
I understand. But if it means a difference for your package, look, it's your choice, sister. You can choose the flight from Melbourne Tullamarine Airport in the group round, or you can wait till February 6th for the general package and search if they have a flight from Avalon Airport.
Yeah, but second question that if I go for general booking, then I will miss the luxury package. Is that right?
I don't know. Not necessarily, no.
Okay, you told that the first round will be full quickly. Then most people will choose the luxury package.
No, we have plenty of beds on all the packages.
Okay.
Yeah.
And brother, last one that the payment, when we have to finish all payments?
All the payments need to be in before the 31st of January, because that's when you're going to pay for everything.
Okay, not at end of the May or so, 31st in one go.
No. Everything is in one time. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So, is there a if you have Sister Helen, do you have a question about the flights? I'll take the question.
I don't think she's there.
Brother,
She's
sorry.
there. She is. Yeah,
sorry, I'm here. I didn't have a question about the flights, but I did have a question. I don't know if you want to answer it now. My question is, if inshallah we do get a package and it's with you guys, Islamic travel, my husband would want to meet you guys and discuss how it's going to happen, not just meet at the airport. Is that possible at all?
We're going to have group face-to-face meetings with everybody that secures a package with us in the different cities, inshallah.
Oh, yeah, perfect. You know what it's like, because they don't really know anything about.
Don't worry, sister. We'll look after him. Don't worry.
With Sister Helen, we want that before you even asking.
Yeah.
This is, we're traveling together, and it means a lot for us to meet you face to face. We want to share a meal with everyone as well. All the sisters share a meal, and the men, inshallah, and we get to ask whatever questions and get to know you individually, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. That was his main concern, to be honest, just someone that can guide him. And I said to him, these guys are really good and they will guide you, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right.
I think we need to look, it's 9:40. We need to move on. I'll come back to the other questions, inshallah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I know that, Yasmin, that some people have their hands up there. Look, I apologize. Let me just go through. Maybe I'll answer the question, but I'll come back to you if not, inshallah. So we're just going through this.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Sister, is it related to the group flights?
Not really.
No, please wait. Then let me continue.
Just hold on.
Because we may answer the question in the following slides.
Just put everyone on mute, inshallah.
Okay. So the next, the three stages, as we mentioned now, we're in the middle of it now, the verification and registration. Majority of you, 60% that responded have been verified. So majority are still waiting patiently, mashallah. Make dua. For those that have been verified, make dua for the rest, please. Nothing we can do, but just wait until you're verified, inshallah. Okay. The next stage after that is, and I'll just open the whole thing, is going to be the 15th to the 30th of January, as we said, which is a review stage. Review the packages. We're going to tell you which packages are ours. It'll have our logo on it. Save your preferred package to your shopping cart. Save your flight, if you're going with the group flight, save it to your shopping cart. Whatever package that you see there, it's going to be in Saudi riyals. You need to load up and deposit the sufficient amount of money for your package. If you have a backup package, okay, and that package is a little bit more or a little bit less, whatever it is, or a little bit more particularly, make sure you load up enough money for your backup package as well. And we would advise putting at least another 2,000 or 3,000 riyals on top in case you have to move to a custom flight or your preferred group flight isn't there and you're booking a flight from another city, because the flights from Melbourne, from Sydney, from Brisbane, they're different prices. You know, one could be $300 more, one could be $200 more. So whatever is the most expensive of the group flights for your package, we recommend putting enough of that flight and that package on there in case you need to go to that as a secondary option. Because if the flight from Brisbane was sold out, for example, then I'm going to go to a Sydney flight. Or if the flight from Melbourne sold out, I'm going to go to a Sydney or a Brisbane flight, whatever it is. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We will talk through this in the meeting in between the 15th and 30th of January, but that's that stage. And then the final stage is the actual booking stages. And this is when it all happens. Log into round one. If you've saved your package, which you should have done, simply pay for it. Okay. And then in the second round, general round, you'll log in and you'll pick your flight, your custom flight, and then you'll pay for it. We're going to have sessions on how to go through how to speed up. Last year, alhamdulillah, everybody that wanted to travel with us got a package. We went through how to make sure you had enough in the e-wallet properly, which is straightforward. How to log in and be ready and timed with the queue to get your package. How to speed up getting your secondary and third package so it didn't take time logging in and out. And by doing these tips and tricks that we taught people, alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, they got their packages, even when there was a lot of chaos in the bookings. So be patient. We're going to go through that at the time, okay? But you need to follow the steps and trust the process that we have. We want you to get a package. You want to get a package, and we want to work and help you to get a package. So it's in our interest to give you the best advice that's going to help you to do that, inshallah. So please take and learn to listen to that advice.
Just one other thing is that we have teams, inshallah, on the ground in Sydney and Melbourne that are here to assist you through the stages of the packages, inshallah. So for those people that need extra assistance or support, we're there to assist you and guide you through that process, inshallah.
It's online, available for anybody in Australia, New Zealand. We'll be online and we'll go through that together, inshallah. Okay, now the part that everybody's been asking about. I'll talk through the generalities of the package, then I'll go through the hotels and the dates. Okay, so the standard package. Okay, the standard package is 3-star accommodation, as we've mentioned. Return airfare is included in the souk. It's walking distance from the Haram in Medina. This one, Hani, we walked it. It was about 4 minutes, 40 seconds, something like this, I think.
Yeah. Walk.
Yep. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to walk. He had his little Fitbit on his on your hand, like the thing, the watch. Yeah, so we walked
and it's
from
a
the
nice
hotel.
hotel.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's a direct walk, one straight road, straight into the gate number 6, which is leading straight to Bab Salam. So when you walk in there, right there as you walk into the gate on the left-hand side, there's a section where the ladies pray. And as you walk a little bit further, then the section where the men pray. So it's very, very close in Medina into the Haram there. In Mecca, the hotel, as I mentioned, if you go on Google Maps, is about 1.3, 1.4 kilometers. If you walk the pathway, like through the souk and the markets and things, well, not through the middle of the market, but where the markets, the shopkeepers are and things, and the pathways, it'll take you about 950 meters to walk. There is a shuttle bus. So even though you can walk, we are actually going to advise you to take the shuttle bus to the car park, which is just a couple hundred meters from the Haram, because it's hot. So obviously in the middle of the day, if there's a bus, why would you want to walk when there's a bus there anyway? Okay.
A very important point, Yusuf, as well, is that just remember, alhamdulillah, we've created packages that are convenient. So even though he's mentioning it's 900 meters or 950 meters from the Haram, even though it's a standard package, usually the buses can only go a certain distance anyway. So most people have to walk, whatever package they're doing around the world, they have to probably walk 700 meters or so to get to the Haram anyway. So you might have that 200-300 meters the bus can assist, but every package, no matter what they're doing, for premium and standard specifically, they have to walk because the roads are closed and sections are closed by the police and stuff.
By the police, yeah. Especially in the last couple of days before Hajj, the shuttle buses can't go. So all these hotel shuttle buses, the coaches at the hotels hired to use for shuttling the Hujjaj, they can't go into certain areas for the last few days before Hajj starts. So you have to use either a taxi or the public transport buses, which go in as well.
Yeah. So in other words, this is probably the closest you can get to where they close off the roads and places for the buses to go. So that's the closest you can get to the Haram, inshallah.
Yeah. In the camps, the standard package is going to use the Al Muaisim camp, the one that we spoke about. It's about 4 kilometers. It's technically like 3.7 or something, I think. Sheikh Ali did it last year in his Fitbit. We wanted to test it out with the road, but it's 4 kilometers. If we say 4 kilometers, it's safe. So each way to the Jamarat. Part of it is into the tunnels, so it's under the shade. In the package, in the hotels, breakfast and dinner is included in all days in all hotels. that you know, like a normal hotel. Breakfast and dinner is included. During the Hajj camp days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is included in Mina. Okay.
We never used to eat lunch at our hotel, did we?
No.
Never felt the need.
No. It was too hot, mate. Nobody wants to eat in the middle of the day, but you can go out and buy something if you want. There's lots of food around anyway. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner is included in the Mina days. Lunch is provided obviously in Arafah as well.
Don't eat too much al-bake as well.
Please.
You know,
the other thing is don't eat too much during the Hajj camp days. Like, what you really want to do is keeping yourself hydrated. Lots of fluids and lots of liquids, inshallah. There is a bus at the moment, as we said, between Medina and Mecca, scheduled, or that is scheduled and booked. We are, as we've said, making concerted efforts to include the train between Medina and Mecca. Okay.
How long is the bus between Medina and Mecca taking?
Normally, the bus ride itself on distance is about 3.5, 4 hours. In Hajj time, it can take up to 7, maybe 8 hours because of the security checkpoints. Okay. So by train, the train is 2.5 hours. Then it's you leave about an hour beforehand or an hour and a half beforehand for the train to get to the train station. And then once you get to the train station, the other side, it'll take you about an hour, hour and a half to load up and get to the hotel. So it'll take about 4 or 5 hours door to door by train, 8 hours, up to 8 hours door to door by bus. Okay. The train obviously is more comfortable, but logistically, don't think when somebody tells you, oh, we've got a train and we're going to take you there in 2.5 hours, they're not being true or accurate, because we have to explain everything. There's a trip from the hotel to the train. So we have to load a bus of 45 people onto the bus and take them to the train station. That in itself is going to take an hour to load and go to the train station. Then you have to be at the train station at least an hour before the train leaves. Okay, check in, get on the train and wait. Then the train will travel for 2.5 hours. And then on the other side, you're going to come out, gather together, get to your bus, load up your bus. It's just your hand luggage, because the big luggage will go by separate transport, and then be driven to the hotel, which is going to take another hour or so anyway. But in any case, we have the trains for the premium and the luxury package. We have the bus at the moment for the standard package, but we do want to get the train for the standard package, just so we have a consistent package across the board. That is our intention. That is our plan, inshallah. Allah make it easy and allow it to happen.
The rooms will be able to be as a twin for me and my wife, or need to be 4 in Medina and Mecca?
No, in the standard package, firstly, can please people don't nail out questions. It's going to disrupt us. But to this question, because it's on a standard package, is available. The standard package has twin rooms, triple rooms, and quad rooms available. So you have to select that, and you'll pay for the difference in the package, inshallah. The next package that we have is a premium package. The premium package is a 4-star package. Again, return airfare, the airfare is included, walking distance from. This one is actually about how long would you say it takes to walk to the gate?
12. Which one? Sorry.
The Mist Hotel. 20 seconds. 30 seconds.
Man, it's I don't know. You could fall into the haram.
Because you walk out of the hotel door, there's the museum, and then there's the gates of the thing. You're in the front of the mosque, and then you'll walk like 100 meters to get behind the salat line of the imam in Mecca. Sorry, that's in Medina. In Mecca, the Voco Hotel, which is right next to where the standard hotel is. It's again 1.4 kilometers walk with shuttle buses going back and forth. It's a quality 4-star. It's probably like a 4.5-star hotel on the international standards. This one we were hoping to have. This one is the Muaisim camp. We were hoping to have a premium package with the Majad al-Kabsh shifting into the Majad al-Kabsh upgrade. But due to Majad al-Kabsh only has 6,000 beds for 65,000 Hujjaj. So they're limiting it to the luxury packages first on a first come, first served basis. If we get over the line and approval from the ministry, we may have one small package, just one bus worth of package with a premium with Majad al-Kabsh camp. But we are waiting to see. We'll know in the next few days if that is over the line. But what we know, and we can talk about what is confirmed, we can only really, they say a market seller can only sell what he has. So we can only tell you what we have confirmed, and we have a premium package, which is the Voco and the Misk. Again, walking distance from the Haram, but use the shuttle bus because it's, or the public transport bus because it's in the middle of the day, it's very hot. It'll take you to the car park and you can walk the last couple of 100 meters. Same thing, breakfast and dinner is included in all hotels. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, all Hajj camp days, lunch in Arafah as well. This one has the train between Medina and Mecca. Inshallah, those tickets have been paid for. We're just waiting for them to get issued, inshallah, but it's been paid for. So inshallah, no problems. We have the train between Medina and Mecca, and airport transfers between the airport and the hotel. So when you arrive from the airport to the hotel, it'll be by bus, and when you are finished and going home, it'll be from hotel to airport by bus. Various rooms, we asked for a mix of twin, triple, and quad. At the moment, we only have quad beds, rooms. We are waiting for at least another maybe 20 or so places, if it's possible, on the hotels. But the hotels are not releasing any of their rooms for twin and triple at the moment. I guess they'll see how they fill up from the packages that are built and offer us any available rooms for twin and triple share in that premium package. Okay, so then we have our premium shifting package. You can see there. This one is the Address Hotel, 5-star hotel next to the Haram, and the M Millennium Hotel next to the Jamrat. All of the things are the same. This one has the premium shifting. Actually, there's a correction here. The premium shifting only has the Mu'asim camp. It does not have the Majal al-Kabsh camp. We did not get any beds in it. So there's a correction to that slide. The premium shifting only has the Mu'asim camp in the package. And all the breakfast, the meals are included, the trains included, the airport transfers included, things like that, as it is there. The luxury package, well, it's a luxury package. Again, all the same things. Majal al-Kabsh camp, walking distance Haram Medina, walking distance in Mecca, breakfast, dinner included in the hotels, breakfast, lunch and dinner in the camps. You have the train access between Mina, Arafah and Muzdalifah, and the Jamrat. We spoke about that train in detail earlier in the talk. You have airport transfers from the airport, and at this stage in time, again, also only quad rooms are confirmed for that package. The Shaza package, one of the other packages that we have, which will be in the general selling, which will be the Shaza Hotel by Kempinski. Inshallah, we'll have option for twin rooms for that luxury package. That'll be a luxury shifting package. The hotels you can see there, and the dates are there. So the standard hotels is our Sapphire Golden in Medina. Okay, you'll be able to search it up on Google. And Al Shuruq in Mecca. That's a newly rebuilt and basically rebuilt from the outside in and renovated hotel in Mecca. We were there just last month. It's coming along looking very nicely now. The Shuruq Hotel in Mecca. That's the standard hotel. The dates for the standard package is the 25th of May to the 14th of June. Okay, so that's Australian time. So on the package itself on Nusuk, you will see it as the 26th of May to the 13th of June. Okay, but we are giving you the dates that you will be leaving and returning to Australia here. So you'll be leaving on the 25th of May and returning on the 14th of June, inshallah. Actually, maybe even the 26th if it's leaving at 6 in the morning, something like that. So there'll be an adjustment there. The premium hotels is the Misk Touch in Medina at the front of the Haram, right in front of the Haram, and the Volca Hotel and IAG Mecca Hotel. Same dates. The premium and standard packages are on the same dates running. The premium shifting package is the Misk Touch in Medina, right in front. Then you will come to Mecca and you'll stay in the M Dana Millennium Hotel, which is the hotel that we spoke about before, which is 900 meters from the Jamrat, okay, in Azizia area. And then after Hajj days are concluded and we finish the Jamrat, we come back to the hotel. You'll stay one night in Millennium Hotel, and then we will shift to the Address Hotel in Mecca. And that package is from the 29th to the 17th, 29th of May to the 17th of June. So the first two are 18 days in total in Saudi, standard and premium. The shifting premium is 17 days, as we mentioned earlier. And the luxury package, Frontal Al Harithia Hotel, it's a 5-star hotel in the north side of the mosque, which is where all the shops and things are. And the Address Hotel in Mecca, which is 16 days from the 27th of May to the 13th of June.
Can I just add something, Yusuf?
Yes.
This question is always being asked. We have carefully selected the days for the whole Hajj. The days of spending 25, 21, 22, whatever days, it's in this summertime, it's not the best time for it. And this is the last time I'll repeat it. It's not in the summertime, it's not the best. If you want to enjoy a time in Mecca and Medina, you go outside of Hajj. Go during January, February, March, go any other time outside of the summer times, and you can spend as long as you want. Alhamdulillah, in the West, we save, takes us 1, 2, 3 years to save to go on a Hajj or a Umrah. Unlike the other countries, around the world who are not doing it as well as in the Western countries, they spend 30, 40 years saving up to go on these packages. And maybe that's why they have longer packages as well. But us, alhamdulillah, we've got that option for the well-being. I'm telling you now, staying longer than 18, 17 days, this give or take, it's not the time for it. You only understand this when you go to Hajj. So everyone I would love to stay 2 months. I'm sure everyone here would love to stay 2 months. But I'm telling you, it's not the time for it. So that's why we've carefully selected the days for these packages. So this is to answer that one. Jazakallah khair.
Actually, yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to add? So this is the thing I think most people were asking about in terms of people wanting to know about the packages and the things like that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else on the packages. I guess we want to take some questions before we go to the next.
Yes, brother. How
Sister,
to get
please,
back?
please, sister, no, please. I'm not going to have anybody yelling out questions. I'm sorry. We need to do it in order. It's not fair for the people that are waiting. So, Hanny, can you manage the question? Like, who's the questions?
Yeah.
Who's next?
So who we got next in line? We have brother SM. Is that a sister? Could be brother, sister SM. I'm not sure. Okay,
Yeah.
that one.
Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
The name?
Yeah, just would like
The good
Majid.
name, sorry?
Majid.
Ahlan. Welcome, Majid.
Yeah, Hani, we spoke a couple of times. Anyway, just the question
Alhamdulillah.
is, just in regards to activating the wallet, this needs to be done and loaded by the 30th of January, regardless of what package I would like to choose. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Because when the booking starts on the 31st, you basically haven't got time to load your money then, because you'll miss out. Because it does take, by credit card, it might go in instantly, but by bank transfer, it's going to take a couple of days to transfer in. So you want to have all your money in there by the 30th. So on the 31st, so all you're doing is basically pressing the pay button or, the submit button on your checkout.
Cool.
Yeah, if we get an update and they say it's the 2nd of February, then you have up to the 2nd of February. So whatever
We'll
the date
advise,
of the packages that are live, that's the date you have to have the money loaded in there before that date.
Yeah, because we're going to be opting for the custom flight option. Yeah, that's why. So just wanted to make sure. Cool.
So it's possible then for you, if you're if you know you're opting for the custom flight option, you've got a few extra days to put the money in there. But if you have it beforehand, of course, do it readily.
But it's advised just to be ready. Just be ready anyway, inshallah.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Mehran, sister Mehran, I think, or brother Mehran? Alaikum salam.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that in the name.
That's
I was
okay.
just wondering, I'm sorry if this has been answered before. Just with the pack, how much money do we put in for the specific packages? Like, what are the prices? Like, just so we could load up our e-wallet once it's verified.
Yes.
That was my first question. And then the second question is, with the custom flight, we choose our flight through the Nusuk system. They organize the flight for us. We choose it through their online system, or do we organize it ourselves with a different place? We get our own tickets and then we load it to the Nusuk system. I'm just not sure how that works.
Yeah. So the first question, in terms of, sorry, remind me of the first question again.
First question is just the package prices.
The package pricing. Yeah. So from the 15th of January, so in 3 days' time, it's scheduled that the packages will be online with their exact Saudi pricing on them. So it'll tell you what the cost is in Saudi riyals for the package, for the land package, and you go to the flight page, and it'll tell you what the cost of the flight is for the flight in Saudi riyals, and then those combined together is your total package price. Okay. In your case, you will be looking at the package, the Hajj package, because you're booking a custom flight. It'll tell you it's 25,000, 30,000 riyal, whatever it is in Saudi riyals. the price will be there, so you'll know how much to add up in reals into your wallet, and you'll need to then estimate for yourself. You'll be able to search for flights, and you can search to see how much does it cost for a custom flight from wherever you're flying from in and out of Saudi. How much does it cost for that flight? And plan for yourself, put that amount of money in. We would advise put maybe an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in to be safe if you have it. So that, remember, when you're booking custom flights, flights for airlines change every day. You know, one of the advantages of the group flight is the price is set from now. It's not going to change between now and the time you come to book. Whereas a custom flight, the price between now and the 6th of Feb could change. You know, if you're booking, let's say you're going from Turkey to Saudi, it might show $500 now, but maybe it's $600 at the time that you actually go to book and pay for it. So we're going to tell you, put in your amount for your package and your amount for your flight, and put a little bit more to be safe.
So rest assured as well, Sister Mehran, that we're going to have a meeting to, when the packages are up, we're going to have a meeting to make sure everybody understand what's on the package and what they need to do with the e-wallet.
Perfect. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Was Fawzan next? Is that right?
Yes, Fawzan.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Welcome. Ahlan.
MashaAllah. Sorry, brother. One of my question is just now the sister asked, how much money should we put on the e-wallet? Approximate for the standard one. I think
so. We went through in previous weeks. We got a directive actually the other day not to discuss prices from the Ministry of Hajj, specific prices. But we went through on our WhatsApp group. We went through general. So in general terms, so what package are you looking to take, Brother Fawzan?
Most probably the standard one.
So if you recall in our communications previously, we said last year, and it should be similar to this year, including the airfare, anywhere between $13,000 to $15,000.
$15,000. Okay, exactly. Perfect. And sorry, the next one was I was just a bit confused with the on 31st of Jan, it's opening as a group. Says on that one. So I'm going alone to the Hajj. So does that mean group is that it means that it's a family, or I can do as an individual as well?
Sorry, no. The term group means what was referred to as a group flight. So flights that have been pre-booked as part of the package. So you're traveling with everybody else in the group that's on that flight. So individuals, absolutely. If you're booking a flight in the standard package from one of the flights that's already there from Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, or Perth, whether you're 1, 2, 3, 4 people, you can book it. There's no problem.
Yeah, not a problem. Excellent. Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome. Brother Muhammad Yusuf, welcome. Muhammad Yusuf.
Actually, so they know my name actually is Muhammad Yusuf as well. Everyone knows me as my middle name, Yusuf. So we have to give him a chance. Come on, with that name.
Yeah, we give him a third chance just because his name's Muhammad. Brother Muhammad Yusuf.
Last call.
Okay, khalas, we're going to have to pass.
Yep.
Sister Nabiha, we appreciate you coming back again. Sister Nabiha.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
Yes, so just regarding with the booking, loading the e-wallets. So I'm Nabiha. Me and my brother, we have yet to be verified, but my mother, her account has been verified. So should we wait for me and my brother to be fully verified to load our e-wallets, or should we do it as soon as possible?
Yeah, it's better to wait. You have time to load the e-wallet, so there's no particular rush now.
Yeah.
But it is better to wait till you're all verified, and then you can proceed from there, inshallah.
Yes, and also I have another question as well.
Yeah.
So say there are changes of plans. How many days will it take roughly for us to get our payment back if we were not to complete our Hajj this year?
This Allahu Alam, sister. This last year, people that booked, that loaded their wallet from their bank accounts or their own bank accounts or their own credit cards, majority got the money back reasonably quickly. And it's only you can only make a withdrawal after everything's completed. So you won't be able to do it almost until about July. Okay. To get the money back. But those that use like travel cards or like what do they call these? like gift card things to try and save money on international transactions. Or they use credit cards and then they cancel those cards. They only use this one-off to transfer money. They're still waiting now to get their money back because of this problem. So this is why our advice is use your bank account or your own credit card, debit card. Yeah.
Yes, and it will be the full refund given.
There will
correct?
be there'll be a refund. Well, it depends. If you're talking about if you didn't book a package, right, then you will get a refund less. There's a transaction fee. I think it's a 3%. It's on. It'll be on the 15th when the packages are there at the bottom. It's got the full cancellation thing or refund policy, and on the e-wallet actually when you load your money. If you withdraw money from your e-wallet, there's a I can't remember how much it was, to be honest. 3% or 5% transfer fee. It's a refund. But if you're canceling a package, right, then it's going to be according to the cancellation terms of the package itself, which will be listed on the package there when you're there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Welcome.
The next one we have Brother Ahmed. Brother Ahmed.
Hello, brother.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome.
I guess it's a bit hard for you guys to answer, I understand, but some indication would be helpful. So keen to get a twin room, price feel for a luxury package and a premium shifting, because obviously either wallet loading would be prior to purchasing. So any
already.
So what you'll see, Brother Ahmed, is when you are reviewing the packages, okay, you'll go through the process all the way till you can save it into your cart. One of the pages you're going to get to is selecting the beds in the rooms. Okay. So if you are, for example, yourself and your wife, or a family member, or yourself and a family member in a package, when you get to the bed stage, you have to select 2 beds because there's 2 people on that account. Okay. So you're going to select 2 beds either in a quad room, or 2 beds in a triple room, or 2 beds in a twin room. When you do that, the price will adjust on the system to show you how much it's going to cost. Okay. So before loading any money, as soon as the review stage is open, everyone will come in and review the packages, play around with it, put different packages in their cart, delete them from their cart, put different beds like rooms in their cart, delete them from their rooms. It'll tell you all the price. That way you can be able to see all the different pricing variations that you want before loading up your e-wallet to its capacity that you need to load it up to. But based on last year, you're probably budgeting about $3,000 to $4,000 per person to upgrade to a twin room.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. And the last question there is, you guys mentioned earlier, there will be team members of yours in each city to help drive some of the conversation, or if you want to meet face-to-face. Is that right? Did I understand that right?
Yeah, definitely. Certainly, we've already been to Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth in the lead-up. Definitely we'll be in Melbourne and Sydney. And then depending on the number of people that book packages from the other cities, we will come to those cities as well. Inshallah. But at this stage, it's likely to be certainly Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. Inshallah, if our brothers and sisters from Adelaide and Perth also successful to book their packages and it warrants, then we will do that. Yes.
Which city are you in, Ahmed?
Sydney.
Sydney. Okay, no, we'll definitely see you, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You'll get sick of me. No
Look forward to it, brother. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. We've got Sister Yasmin. Welcome. Yasmin Bizri.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Welcome. Fadli.
Thank you. I was just wanting to ask, just regarding loading up the e-wallet. So I've been seeing activity from last year's Hajj group, and they recommended that we load up the e-wallet with a specific bank card from a specific bank. Do you recommend anyone specific, or do you just say go with the bank that we usually normally have accounts with at the moment?
So the reason people are looking around for different banks or different cards to load up the e-wallet is in relation to the exchange rate options, like the exchange rate things, the money saved.
So it has nothing to do with... Oh, yeah, sorry.
No. So to give you an example, if you're loading up $15,000 onto your e-wallet, because if you're booking a standard package and you're going to load up $15,000 to your, the variance could be about 3%.
Okay.
3% in total between any one a card exchange rate to another. Okay, so you're talking about $450.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a reasonable sum of money.
Yeah.
You know, but what happens is, and this is what we told people last year, and alhamdulillah, those that took our advice, they've got their money back now.
Yeah.
Is that for that $450 saving, by opening up a new bank account that you're not planning to use, or a new card, or using a travel card, if you ever need to get any money back from Nusuk, right? Either you're going to get it back easily, or you're not going to get it back at all. This is where we like to do things sort of conservatively and cautiously, but not wastefully either. But in the scheme of things, if you're spending $15,000, $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 to save $300 on a transaction that may or may not bite you later, it's not. Our advice is not to do it.
Yeah.
But if you open the bank account and it's going to save you money, keep the bank account at least, so that until you get your money back if you need to.
Yeah. Okay. So my main concern was just if we needed to get a refund, that's really what I was worried about. But in terms of transaction fees, that's the only reason why they were shopping around, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Nenda. Yantiara.
Assalamualaikum, Brother Hani.
Waalaikumsalam.
Apa kabar?
Welcome.
Baik. Alhamdulillah. Sorry, I have a couple questions. First about loading the money to e-wallet. So is it better to do a bank transfer or use our debit card instead for that?
Yes. So there's advantage. So your credit card will give you a better exchange rate when you load, but that's on the exchange rate. But then your credit card will probably have an international transaction fee, which will offset the higher or the lower exchange rate that you pay with your bank account. So if you like numbers and maths, if you were to look at one or the other, you'll find you're paying about the same either way. The big difference is that with a credit card, the transfer is almost instant or instantaneous, at the very least within a couple of hours. With a bank transfer, it's particularly the first one, it's going to take a few days. So you need to allow time to transfer by bank for the money to transfer into the account. So if you need to top up suddenly towards the end before booking, we wouldn't recommend you do it by bank transfer because it's going to take too long. So that's the main difference. Yeah.
So we just use our debit card as a credit card.
You can use your debit card, no problem.
Okay. And also when you explain about the package, you didn't mention if you have a twin room for the premium shifting?
At the moment, we don't have twin room for premium shifting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're welcome.
Welcome. We have Shanila. Sister Shanila.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
salam wa rahmatullah. Welcome.
I've seen that the duration of all the packages is around 20 days. Given my circumstances around the care of the children, I can do about 10 to 12 days. Would that be possible?
We don't have a 10 to 12 day package. 10 days is impossible from anybody. You may find a 12-day package. It will be a full luxury package, so one of the most expensive packages around. But unfortunately, we don't have a package that short.
Is there anything that is shorter than the 20 days that's available?
16 days.
16 days, and that's a luxury package, is that right?
That's the right, yes, sister.
Yeah, so our packages are 16 and 18 days, most of them.
Okay, inshallah, I'll have a look when they release.
Inshallah. Wa yakum.
The only other thing, sister, is that if you're choosing custom flights, you can choose to leave a couple of days early if you wanted. So if you've done your Hajj and whatever, you could choose to say leave. Brother Dean, isn't that what you did last year?
Exactly what I did. I think my package was about 16 or 17 days, and I left at 14. So the first day where you were allowed to leave Saudi after the Hajj, I left on that day. But my group stayed on till the 17th day.
Yeah. So you could book it, sister, as a custom flight, arriving on the first day because we're in Medina, and then instead of leaving on the 17th day, for example, or the 18th day, you could leave on the 14th or 15th day, if that helps.
Okay, but
the package would cost the same price, though.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So that means I am paying for the extra nights expected to stay there till the 7th.
Yes.
You're paying for your convenience, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Jazakallah.
Wa yakum.
Alaikum salam.
Brother, I think Jihad is next. Brother Jihad.
Jihad al-Sheikh. Brother Jihad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan, Akh Jihad. Welcome.
So I'm looking into the premium or the premium shifting package. Now, based on the slide, it said from the 29th to the 17th of June. If we leave like, so for example, leave Sydney on the 29th, we possibly will get there on the 30th. Will we have time to do Umrah before Hajj, or?
Yes, absolutely.
What if we're going to Medina first?
No, it's been worked out, brother. Don't worry.
All that's catered in, don't worry.
It's catered in to the.
You have a few days, inshallah.
You have 3 days in Medina,
3 days,
and then you'll go to Mecca. You'll have a few days to do your Hajj, your Umrah, and then we will leave for the Mina camp after that.
Okay, so it'll be 3 days in Medina then.
Yes, 3 nights, 4 days.
3 nights in Medina, 4 days, and then it'll be probably a similar time in Mecca as well before you go to your Hajj. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries, you're welcome. We have Osama, brother Osama.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Welcome.
Yes, thank you, Jazakallah. 2 questions. So I'm not actually located in Australia. I'm calling in from Abu Dhabi, but I'm Australian from Adelaide. So my plan is to join this group. So in terms of custom flights, will I be able to originate and departure and return back to Abu Dhabi?
Yes. So what you will do is you'll wait till the general round of booking. You will save the package that you want into your shopping cart, obviously, during the review stage, and just keep it there. When the general round of booking comes, you will book your flight from Abu Dhabi, exactly as you said, to, we would recommend booking in and out of Jeddah. If it gives you the option to book into Medina and out of Jeddah, you can do that. But if not, just book in and out of Jeddah. And whatever airport, whether somebody books the other thing, which we didn't mention, but you've raised a good point here. So you can do that. You'll book from Abu Dhabi to Saudi and Saudi back to Abu Dhabi. So obviously you're going to pay a lot less because your airfare is a lot less than anybody coming from Australia, So we were giving pricing of, let's say, averaging $16,000, $17,000 for a premium package. That's including airfare. You're going to be paying much less because the assumption is you're not paying $4,000 for a flight. You're only paying maybe $1,000 for a flight from Abu Dhabi, whatever it is, I don't know, in Abu Dhabi. Okay. But the package cost, the actual land package part, you're paying the same as everyone else. And you can do that. But on this question that Brother Osama's raised, when somebody's booking a custom flight or arriving separately from the group, whatever airport you land in, whether it's Mecca or Medina, in Jeddah or Medina or Yanbu or Taif or whatever it is, we will transport you from the airport to your hotel and vice versa from your hotel to your to the airport. So you don't have to worry that if you're coming separately from the group, we'll pick you up because we'll get your flight details. We'll pick you up from the airport and get you to the hotel where you will meet and join with the group at the hotel, inshallah. Unless your custom flight happens to arrive at the same time at the airport, then obviously you meet them at the airport. But nobody has to worry about that. We'll take care of everybody from when they land in Saudi to when they're departing from Saudi, inshallah.
Okay, thank you. My second question is, a couple of times it's been mentioned debit card and bank accounts, but if you're using a credit card, is there still a requirement to use to upload onto the e-wallet? Because wouldn't a credit card be instantaneous when you're actually paying for your package?
You can't pay the package. You can't pay by any means other than the e-wallet.
Okay.
So you must
so basically we need to upload an amount to the e-wallet.
Yes.
That's an approximate amount, and after the booking is done, if there's an amount left over, that will get refunded back to the credit card or by the means of payment.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Wa yakum. Sister Sophia?
Sophia, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. So just wanted to ask,
welcome.
With regards to the premium shifting package, you mentioned it was 17 days. So is that the 17 days, is that in Medina and Mecca? That doesn't include the travel time from Australia and back to Australia, is that correct?
Correct.
So then it's 20 days altogether, correct?
Well, 19 days.
19 days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a day each way, on each side. But keep in mind, the flight leaves at night. Like the flight leaves at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night sometimes from Australia.
Okay.
So theoretically, if you had to work, you could work on that day as long as you packed your bags beforehand.
Yeah.
And then the flights leave one flight does leave in the morning, but most of the flights, they're all leaving at, I think, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and then you'll get there the next day.
Okay, wonderful. Jazakallah khair.
Wa yakum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Can I speak, please?
Sister, put your hand up and you'll jump in the,
I
in
don't
the
know.
line there.
I'm actually not very good about technology.
Okay. Well, hold the line and we'll come back to you after Brother Asif, inshallah.
We can show her how to do it.
Yeah. Brother Muhammad, you are there? We'll ask you the same after Brother Asif.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Muhammad.
First of all, got to say a massive rap to Hani and Akhi Yusuf. Wallah, may Allah reward you. I really appreciate you guys taking your time. Just a quick one. Say I need to book for me and the missus. That's done under one account. So I'm obviously the admin. She doesn't need to pay through her account. I can just do that through mine, eh?
Correct. So when you're loading the wallet, you load up for both of you on your e-wallet.
Done. Jazakallah khair.
Wa yakum. Assalamu alaikum. Brother or Sister Nabiha?
How many Nabihas do we have? Is it just one or is it two people?
Just one.
Just one, mashallah.
Welcome, Sister Nabiha. This is we only give 10 questions each. This is your 9th now, I think.
Okay, yes. Understood.
Yes, go.
So through custom flights, we are intending to leave Australia on the 30th, arrive back in Australia on the 9th. Is that would the Saudi government permit that? Because like you said, there is a time where we are stuck in Saudi. We're not allowed to leave Saudi.
No, it's not that you're not allowed to leave, but you have to complete all of the rituals of Hajj.
Yes. So if we do complete everything, and once we have completed everything, can we leave Saudi Arabia and arrive by the 9th? Would that be a possible timeline?
I think it's impossible to leave on that. I think the 10th will be the earliest that you can leave.
Without going to Medina, if we go straight to
because Medina is first, so you can arrive later, but the Hajj will finish the last day of Jamrat is about the 8th or 9th of June.
8th. On the 8th.
8th of June. So and then you need time to do Tawaf al-Wada, the farewell Tawaf, and you need time to get to the airport.
Yeah, so say we did the tawaf at evening of the 8th and then go straight to the airport, so early morning of the 9th. So in that timeline we could arrive even in Australia.
So just to keep in mind, to get from Mecca to Jeddah airport under normal circumstances is like 1.5 hours. Okay?
Yes.
To get from Mecca to Jeddah airport in Hajj season, even if you're going by private car, you need to allow at least 3 or 4 hours. Okay, travel time. Everything is dramatically increased.
More,
because there's checkpoints, there's security checks, everything like this to get there, and then the airport's going to be very busy. You can certainly book it in your custom flight, but if you can book it as late as possible on the late morning, as late as possible, like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock is going to be very difficult for you.
But there are no government restrictions. Once we have completed our Hajj, all of
you can do what you want. You could leave before Hajj is finished if you wanted to, but why would you do that? Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Brother Shuaib. Brother Shuaib.
Okay, we'll go Sister Minhaja.
Minhaja, Sister Minhaja. Last call, Sister Minhaja.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome.
Can we select the package without the flight? We can make a separate. We can't?
No.
Okay.
You can't book a package on Nusuk without a flight because your Hajj visa won't be issued if you don't have a package and a flight.
It's a condition.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Welcome, inshallah. Brother Asif. Welcome, Brother Asif.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You just for the custom flight, are we able to join the group from either Abu Dhabi or Dubai?
Yes.
So we can join the group from there.
Yeah, so whatever package that you choose, if you're booking a custom flight from wherever it is in the world to come to Saudi, when you arrive in Saudi, you'll join everybody else that's in the same package as you chose.
No, I was thinking to join the group, like coming from Melbourne or Sydney from Australia.
Okay.
I joined them from
Well,
Abu
it's
Dhabi or Dubai.
subject to availability of seats, actually. So what you'll do is in the first round, when the flights are there, you'll be able to see the flight route. It's traveling from Australia, it's coming to Doha, it's coming to Dubai, and this is the connecting flight into Saudi on those flights. If you can find a seat when you're doing the custom booking on that same flight, then no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just subject to, but I would suggest there probably won't be many seats available because we took a lot of flights. As we said, we've got 400 flights we have already.
Sorry. Brother Shuaib, we're gonna stop at Brother Shuaib. There's still a few more questions, but Brother Shuaib is the last question. We're getting
Shuaib
some
and then
repetitive...
Sister Seima that was asking the question, but she couldn't put her hand up, so.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
she was after Brother Asif, anyway.
We're getting some repeated questions that we've answered as well. Brother Aminuddin.
Asif, I think, hasn't been.
Asif again?
Asif. He hasn't asked.
No, he just finished, Asif. He just asked. Brother Asif, you just asked, correct? He did. He just asked. He was just the one that just asked that question.
Okay.
Brother Aminuddin?
Assalamualaikum, brother. How are you?
Waalaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome.
I want to ask regarding payment from non-Aussie credit cards. Say, for example, I have a credit card associated with a Malaysian bank, and I load up my e-wallet using that. So it should be fine, right?
Yes, it should be fine, inshallah. Last year we had people loading up from different countries. No problem.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you. Assalamu
alaikum. Brother Jimmy, wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Brother Jimmy, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan, marhaba.
While I've been on the webinar, I just got a message from Nusuk saying auditing process is completed. Does that mean I've been verified now?
Well, you should log in. Inshallah, it does, but just the best way is to log into your account and check.
Yeah, well, I'm on the webinar now, so I can't log in yet.
Yeah.
If you go into your profile.
Right, go into your profile and you'll see
I can't see the profile. You know that, brother. I've had problems.
No. Well, now if it's giving you this message, you should be able to see it, inshallah.
Okay. Inshallah. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Zoom user.
Sorry?
Next one, Zoom user. Sorry, there's no name.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Your good name?
Yeah, Sharik. I don't know why it's saying Zoo user.
That's all right. Sharik, we're happy to have you. Tfaddal.
Yeah, so just a quick question around the timing. As you said, the luxury and premium will be 16 days plus 3 days of travel, right? And so it will be around 19 days or 20 days, right?
16 days plus 2 days of travel, so it will be 18 to 19 days, yeah.
Yeah. So as one sister asked, so if we want to leave a bit early, so do we have to go for custom flight in that case?
Yes.
Okay, so we cannot book in the first round then.
You can book. Well, if you book in the first round, then you can ask the airline if they will change the ticket for you.
Okay.
But you will pay quite a reasonable amount of money for that.
Oh, to come early.
Yeah, because the airline's they know.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Jazakallah.
Oh, Brother Shuaib. Brother Shuaib?
Yeah.
Fadal. Yes, Brother Shuaib.
Good question.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah,
Welcome.
brother, actually, I just need to ask if I book the custom flight, so how can we join in the group then?
Brother, I answered this question. If you join the custom flight, when you arrive to Saudi, we will pick you up and take you to the group.
We'll hold your hand and take you to group.
We need to come on the same day?
Well, you should. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on part of the package. But whatever day you come, after the package starts, we will pick you up and bring you to the group.
Okay, so we need to come in a Medina?
Whatever flight you can find. Whatever flight you can find, we will arrange it.
Inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah khair.
You're welcome.
If anybody arrives before their package starts on a custom flight, which shouldn't really be able to happen, it shouldn't allow you to do it. But if anybody arrives before their package starts, for whatever reason, we are not providing any accommodation or transfers or transport because we can only do it from the date of your package starting, inshallah. So just keep that in mind. Last year, people booked a package and they booked a custom flight and they said, oh, I wanted extra days in Medina. And it didn't happen with us, but it happened with some other groups. And then they came 4 days earlier and went to the hotel and expected to have a room available. I don't know why. So please just keep in mind, you only have your room from the start to finish of your package.
Okay, this is the last one before
Sister
that.
Seima was the one that was waiting.
Okay, Sister Seima.
Oh, thank you for
You're welcome.
chance to
We're
talk.
sorry for keeping you waiting.
Yeah, because of I don't know technology.
Okay, no worries.
That's all right. I'm learning also. Let's go. Bismillah.
I'm really shocked. Anyhow, I don't know how do I know the technology. How do you guys help me to go through the technology? First thing. Second question, I don't know how to do that all technology. You guys talking about e-wallet, like all bank thing. I have no idea how to, you are talking about e-wallet. I don't know what is this and how we're gonna do it. And third question, I need a just exact date of going and come back because I need to take leave from my work.
Yes. So in terms of the last question, in terms of the exact dates, if you're watching the presentation that we did, I just gave the exact dates for every single package that we have from leaving from Australia to coming back from Australia. It's on the screen. Can you see the screen?
I lost now screen as well, so I cannot now.
Okay. Well, I can't. What the recording will come out. You can watch the recording, but we have different packages with different dates, so it's all there, and we'll put it on the WhatsApp group again, inshallah, for you. Okay. In terms of
also,
the technology,
Sister, you could. Yeah.
In terms of the technology, sister, you're going to need to get a family member to help you. Unfortunately, with the new Nusuk system, it wasn't like in the old days where you could just, send your passport and send the money and the agent takes care of everything. They don't do that anymore. Hajj, the ministry want everyone to do it by themselves on the platform. We can help in terms of showing how to do it and giving you a video on how to do it and giving you documents on how to do it, which we've done and will continue to do. But the actual function and especially the booking time, somebody needs to be with you that is able to help you with that, unfortunately. Because there are 800 people. There are 800 people that we have, and if we can imagine, we can't do it for everybody like this. It's going to be.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyone living around in Sydney, so I can go and get help from in the group.
Yeah, so you can ask on the group. We're going to open the group up for questions again during the week.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to asking like earlier.
No, good idea. Ask on the group if anybody's available in Sydney, that can assist, depending on where you live and things like that.
Yeah, I live in. I can drive anywhere, but in Sydney anywhere.
Yeah. Do you have any family members that can help you, Sister Seima?
If I had, I would ask.
Brothers, sisters, parents, cousins, uncles, local.
Who did it? With this one of my supervisor, he helped me to fill up the Nusuk form.
Hi, inshallah. Well, we'll talk, inshallah. We'll talk with you, inshallah.
Also, Sister Seima, you have our number. You have direct access. You can call me anytime.
No,
we're here to
you
assist
don't
you,
have
inshallah.
that. I don't know your number. I tried to message you.
It's on the WhatsApp group, sister.
Look, my number. I'll put it on the chat. What's your phone number? You can send me your phone number.
Yeah, 0433 657011.
0433 again.
657011.
Okay, I'll send you a message so you can follow up if you need anything or want to ask me anything direct.
Inshallah,
you're welcome anytime. We're here for you, inshallah.
And how do I know my application is accepted or registration? I did it on registration. I haven't heard anything from them. I did it on last Friday.
We'll contact you in the daytime, sister, and we'll go through with you exactly your details, inshallah. We will help you and check it for you, inshallah.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Inshallah. No worries. Allah make easy, inshallah. No worries. We have Brother Faisal.
This is it, last.
We're adding. Brother Faisal is the last one, huh?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Yes, brother.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome.
Jazakallah khairan for all your efforts, and may Allah bless you for all that, please.
Ameen.
Inshallah.
Ameen.
Just a quick question, brothers. I know, I think I missed one or two of your last meetings and I wasn't able to follow up. Just a rough guide, brothers, on the luxury package, the highest luxury package, on what the costings will be. And I'm assuming the luxury will start with Medina as well.
Yes, we have a luxury package, I guess, that starts with Medina, and we may potentially have one that starts in Mecca, but our preferred one is starting in Medina. The highest luxury package, you're looking at around about the $24,000-$25,000 mark.
And that will include flights if we don't want custom.
Including the flights, yes, correct.
But if we want custom, then we'll just have to book our own, correct?
Whatever your flight cost is, yeah. You'll take off the flight cost, which is about $3,500 or so, $4,000, and you'll add your own flight cost onto that, inshallah. I think there's, yeah, inshallah.
Sorry, go on, please.
You carry on. I was going to change the
There's
topic.
a twin room available in the luxury package, both Makkah and Medina?
No, at this stage there isn't. At this stage there isn't on the hotel. They are limiting, the hotel is limited to quad rooms for us to take that hotel. So we are waiting to see if we can get, what they are going to do is when everyone makes the contracts with hotels, the hotel then says how many rooms they've contracted out, what they have space, what they have capacity, and then they decide, okay, we'll make some of these available as twin rooms, and then they offer it. And then if we can get twin rooms, we'll take the twin rooms. If all the rooms are taken up as quad rooms, then we're not going to get that option.
Okay, so we get to find out later, inshallah.
We'll know probably by the 15th, because when the packages are online, as I mentioned, you'll be able to move through that. You'll select the package that you want.
Yes.
And you go to the next page, and you just follow the page along. You'll come to a section where it's like selecting your beds. And what that means is selecting the beds in which room you want for however many people in your package. And if they've opened up the hotel, for twin or triple rooms, that'll be available to choose. If it's not available to choose, they haven't given us that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the e-wallet, brother, as you mentioned, once we load up the e-wallet, is the money taken now or is the money taken later?
The money is taken from your account as soon as you load it to the e-wallet. Then it stays in the e-wallet until you actually make the booking.
And if we don't get selected for whatever XYZ reason, it just gets refunded back.
You'll make a request for a refund and they'll refund it back, less the transaction fee.
Okay. Jazakallah, brothers.
I think a lot of people, there's a couple of questions. I'm happy to take the questions, but for those that want to leave, obviously I think the questions are helpful to anybody, but those obviously it's late. Those that need to leave and it's work day tomorrow. But there's last two questions from Mohammed and Dr. Omar, and then we'll make dua and finish off. Reminder, the 15th is the date that we have been advised by the Ministry of Hajj for review. We'll update if there's anything different. Quick question, Brother Mohammed, and then Dr. Omar, and that's it.
Assalamu alaikum, akhi.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, Brother Muhammad.
Bro, I'm about to divorce my wife before we end up in Hajj over this question. We keep arguing. In premium shifting, we go to Medina. From Medina, we go to Mecca. We stay in the nice hotel. Then we shift to the Azizia, which is the bad hotel. Then, do we go from Azizia back to a luxury hotel before we go back to home? Or from Azizia, do we go straight to Jeddah and go home?
Very good question,
which one was your scenario, Mohammed?
Which one was mine?
Yeah.
I'm scared to say now because you're asking me the question.
Yeah.
No, my one was we go from Azizia straight to Jeddah then go home.
Sorry, you're wrong. Your wife's right. You got to listen to the women, bro.
Subhanallah, happy wife, happy life.
So what'll happen is you'll go to Medina for the shifting premium. Go to Medina, then you'll go to Azizia, to the M Dana Millennium Hotel. You will stay there until you go to the camp. You'll finish at the camp. You'll come back to that hotel for a night, and then you will go to the luxury hotel in Mecca for 5 days, and then from there you'll go to Jeddah.
Fantastic. Thank you, brothers. May Allah give you patience.
Beautiful. You're welcome. Ahlan, Muhammad. Welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Dr. Omar, this is the last question for the night, inshallah.
Yeah, just quickly. These package durations are decided by Islamic Travel or by Saudi government?
No, by us generally, by selecting the dates and the packages and the costs. So what happens is, in just to give you an idea, in Medina, rooms are sold in 3-day blocks. You can't get 4 days, 5 days. You've got to be 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever it is. So that's the duration in Medina, and then in Mecca they're sold in also in peak and off-peak blocks in the luxury hotels. So there's a minimum time we can obviously stay because we need to complete the Hajj things and everything. So it is possible to get a package. We have a 16-day luxury package. It is possible to get a 14-day or 11 or 14-day, sorry, 13-day luxury package, or even an 18, 19-day luxury package. We've just based it on sort of a balance between the cost and the timing from what most people that are going for luxury have been asking for.
Okay.
You know, not everybody, obviously, but just the majority, I guess.
So, so we cannot select a less duration because 19 days is too much for us.
So the luxury package we have is 16 days. So, but if you're booking a custom flight, you can leave earlier, like 1 or 2 days. So you can leave like on the 15th day and make it. It's 16 days plus travel time, so 18 days.
And we can leave later from Sydney as well if we want.
Yeah, on a custom flight, yeah, you can. You can leave. The custom flight booking last year allowed you to book a 3-day variance, 3 days after the start of the package, and leave 3 days earlier than the package. So you could cut 6 days off.
Yeah, but then we will miss out on the first round.
You will miss out on.
We are taking the risk.
Correct.
Okay. No worries. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, inshallah. I think we have to finish off. Sister Navida, you can send me a message for your question, inshallah. But it's already 11:15, mashallah.
Can we go Makkah first or no? Sorry.
Yes. You mean for a package?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking to have a general package, which is going to come in the custom round, which will be Mecca first with the Shaza Hotel, though.
Okay, right. But we cannot change if we have already selected the package.
Oh, no, if you've selected the package, yeah, because your room is going to be available according to the dates, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yusuf, there's one more person asking a question. I think they can't put their hand up. I think it's the 570214.
Okay. I can't see it. Where is that?
It's on the chat. They wanted to ask a question, but their hand icon is not showing. So whoever it is.
What time is it that they're asking?
Just now. Just put it now.
Oh, just now, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So whoever it is.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Sorry, brother, I couldn't find that hand icon.
That's all right.
Just a quick question. I got a brother whom I'm trying to help. He's coming. He can't spell, read, all right. He's around nearly 70. So I'm trying to book him with my wife together. But obviously, he's not mahram. When I book like a standard, do I just go code and he'll be accordingly in the room, or how does that work?
Yeah. So you are going as well, right?
Yeah, I'm going with my wife.
Yeah.
I'm just helping this brother.
Okay. So for the first question is he able to move and move on his own, or does he need support? Are you going to be helping him?
No, he can walk and he's fine with physical.
Okay.
Just with
yeah. So to answer the question for the room, when you book a quad room and there's 3 of you, so you'll go to the quad room beds. You'll say 1, 2, 3 beds in a quad room. Okay. When we are doing the rooming list, because you will tell us what the rooming requirement, like he's not a mahram, so you and him, or you and other brothers will be in a room, and your wife will be in a room with other ladies.
Okay. Just with the same one. If I decided to have like 2 rooms, just myself and my wife, that's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, you have to book. You have to book a twin room for you and your wife, and put him in the bed in a quad room.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, we have to close off there.
We have to close up, inshallah.
The meeting's gone, it's almost 3 hours. We have to stop it. We know we're always going to have questions, inshallah, and we're here to assist you with them, and we're happy to assist you. If you have any pertinent questions or important questions, or even not important, you can reach out to us directly. You have our numbers. You can reach out to us on WhatsApp as well, and we're here to help you, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for everyone attending this important session. Inshallah, we'll continue to have these sessions week in, week out, to make sure that you're never lost and you're supported, inshallah. And inshallah, Allah is the only one that can help, inshallah. May Allah keep our intentions pure and do everything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And only Allah is the one that He's the best of planners. And inshallah, with those plans, inshallah, we are from those people that can go on Hajj together, Ya Rabbil Alameen.
Ameen.
And
Ameen,
with
inshallah.
that, Ya Rab, we'll close with dua, Brother Yusuf, and we'll speak to you soon, Bismillah.
Inshallah, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. لله تعالى الفاتحة.
آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين.
جزاك الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
We'll see you soon, inshallah. مع السلامة.
مع السلامة. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
مع السلامة.
I can't find the date. I don't know what should I do.